Lightning. A boat. Okay. I love that one.
I don't think that's the TV this time.
Can you hear that, Kazira?
He muted himself, so I guess he did. -3.
See, the problem there is she'd have to turn into something.
That's true. Fuck. I mean,
Also,
does she?
Is she?
I
mean,
feel like
she
the
doesn't
anchors or
have to
something
turn
know
into
about.
something to use her like that.
Hey, wait, what race was she? Was she
Elf.
was she a tiefling?
Yeah.
Oh, she was a tiefling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so she had horns. So yeah, that'd work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
but
we
Broccoli
have
was.
a barbarian though?
No, you were just sleeping all the time, so just be. Yeah, I'm still sleeping. I'm good.
I think so.
Taz looks over at her. Do you have any dried squid? Oh, okay. And whatever you recommend, I guess. Well, whatever the chef recommends.
I would. I feel very, normal. I just want a normal, lots and lots of bacon and eggs. Just all the bacon and eggs you can give me. Thank you. All the bacon and eggs. no one else can eat at all. I just want bacon and eggs.
Oh, that's
No one else can have the bacon and the eggs because it's all mine.
Can I get some water? Yeah. Just a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit.
All right, just a bit of water then. Get you a thimble. All right, and looks over at the human warlock.
My name's Carol.
All right, Carl. Can I get you anything to eat?
Yes, some bread. Do you have croissants?
I'm sorry, did you say croissants?
I said croissants.
Croissant.
Croissants.
Oh, that twisty bread.
Yes,
I'll
that's
get you-
fine.
I can get you one of them.
It's delicious, thank you.
Of course. Butter.
Now,
All right. And for you, and she looks over at Varg.
Mate.
Meat.
Mate.
Meat. All right. Sounds good
Not
to me.
bacon. No, not bacon.
Not bacon. The bacon's all yours. But meat, we've got a few things that we can get rid of with the likes of you. I like it. All right, be right back. And she hurries off and scampers into the kitchen. You hear some shouting between the two, and more pots and pans crash about. She's very not happy, but the cook is cooking now.
Taz kind of leans into the table. Did he say that the cook's name is Ballsreed?
I believe that is what he said.
Yeah.
You think his name really has balls in it?
That's what it sounds like to me.
sounds delicious.
Of course you would say that.
She
Carl
immediately-
licks his lips.
The barmaid comes rushing out again. She's a pretty large, busty, hippie kind of woman. Is knocking smaller folks over as she's passing by, and she comes over and sets down a shot glass in front of Elman, and with the giant pitcher, just gingerly pours a bit of water, and then she goes, "Is that good, love?"
Yes.
Right, I'm gonna leave this here for you, and she sets it down on the table. She then pulls out from a tray that she had set on another table behind her that another person is almost eagerly kind of reaching towards, slaps his hand, and grabs a plate with some twisty, vaguely croissant-looking bread on it, and slaps it down in front of the human warlock. There's your eggs and bacon are going to take a few more minutes, and for you, your meat will be right out. And I'm sorry, love, I seem to have forgotten what you got.
Oh, I was asking for a squid.
Yes, you wanted a squid, but now, all right, be right back.
Yes.
Rushes off, knocks a halfling off the table.
It's quite an interesting order for this time in the morning.
Comes rushing back out. All right, we have this, and she lays down a tentacle of questionable origin.
Taz just rips it out of her hand and shoves it into his beak-like mouth.
Good enough. I like. All right. And for you, your meat's coming. Your eggs, like I said, just a few more minutes from the kitchen. It's ready. She comes like, all right, Buzzy, shut up. Rushes off. Comes back out.
I think it's Ballsreed.
Sets down a large chunk of meat with a bone all the way through it. There's really no telling where this came from, but it's big and you like that. She sets that down in front of you, and for the bacon and eggs, it's 5 eggs and about 8 strips of bacon.
This is really all the bacon and eggs you have in the shop.
Well, we couldn't give you all of it. It's not fair to the others.
I will pay you a hefty sum.
What's your hefty sum?
I have 600 gold pieces here.
600. All right. Boswin! All of them!
You're writing this down.
Comes back a couple minutes later with 2 plates of eggs and a very neatly, almost woven stack of bacon.
This is much better. It's closer to what I was thinking.
Well, this is everything
And,
we've got.
Oh, amazing, great. Here you go. And I give him 5 gold pieces.
She counts it out. She's a little slow, but she counts out. It's a number on my finger. That's 5.
Correct. I gave you 5 gold pieces.
Very well. And she takes back the large plates and starts walking away.
Ma'am,
Oh, yes.
I told you I had 600 gold pieces. I did not say I was going to give you those gold pieces. Now, I think that 5 gold pieces is much worth. I think that's more than worth this plate of eggs and bacon.
Well, you see, I told you that we gave you all of our eggs and all of our bacon after you said 600 gold pieces. Now, I did not say I would sell them to you for 5 gold pieces.
Okay. I'll give you 15 gold pieces.
50.
25.
50.
25 and 5 silver pieces.
100 gold pieces.
I don't think you understand the way that this works. We're
She
supposed to
starts
kinda
eating the
meet-
bacon.
Okay, well, this is just ridiculous. Go, you look like you need it more than I do. I'll just eat what I have here.
Very well. She brings it back. As you guys are kind of sitting and enjoying your breakfast, talking amongst one another, the earth kind of begins to tremble a little bit. And the ruckus in the tavern immediately stops. Mere seconds later, a massive worm-like creature bursts through the floorboards 20 feet to your left. Some of your left, some of your right. Flailing about for a few moments before finally crashing down and slinking back into the hole that it just created. Panic takes up in the tavern. Many flee. Many are hurt. Several are actually killed.
See, this is why I asked for all of the eggs and bacon. Woman, I need my bacon. I cannot do this on an empty stomach.
She comes out with
Calm yourself.
There's just screaming going on in the background.
She comes out with a
Carl
rolling pin.
continues to nibble at his croissant like bread, like some kind of small woodland creature.
Boswick is now out with his biggest kitchen knife looking for whatever trouble it was. And he looks over and sees the giant gaping hole in the ground. He goes, "By gods! What in the hell happened here?" And he looks directly at you.
You meaning?
All of you.
I mean, he kind of looks like a Ballswick.
I told you his name.
Kind of grumpily.
Well, there was a giant worm-like creature that came up from the ground, destroyed your tavern, and disturbed and killed most of your customers.
You say a worm?
That's what it looked like, yes.
How big?
Very.
Big worm? Did it have great scaly bits all over its back?
Did it have great big scaly bits all over its back?
You affirm.
It was a worm, sir. Do you know what a worm looks like?
You tell him the physical description of this thing is basically a very large worm, but at the front of its head, it had 3, maybe 4 giant triangular gnashing plates. And all down its back is what seemed like a stony, almost wooden kind of plating from front to back all the way, as much as you could see, all the way down into the earth. It never actually fully emerged. It just kind of hung out in its hole, thrashed about, basically crushing the tavern, and then slunk back inside. And he kind of looks at you and says, "Oh, this cannot be." Turns to his barmaid and says, "You know what this is, yeah?" She goes, "I've heard stories." He turns to you, he says, This is the work of a tremor worm. They're legends in these parts. Supposedly extinct for hundreds of years. Haven't seen one in ages.
Well, obviously they are dangerous. Has anyone ever killed one?
No, we've never had to. They're typically very peaceful. Something like this is very uncommon. It's said that they can sense things through the ground, you know. No reason they would come up under a busy village like this. You look like the adventuring type. Perhaps you could take a look into things.
Carl looks up, makes eye contact.
Wait, is he with you?
Barely.
I nudge Varg, and then I glance over at the barmaid and go, I bet she's seen giant worm-like creatures.
She begins
Varg
patting
mostly ignores him and continues eating his meat.
The barmaid begins gently patting the rolling pin that she was carrying out to fight whatever was there in her hand. Just kind of giving you an evil eye.
Settle down! Just a joke. Get another bite of my croissant.
Was it?
So, what do you think?
Well,
I think I'm
that's
gonna need all of my bacon and eggs back.
Tell you what, you find this thing, I'll give you all the bacon and eggs you want.
Right now.
Come back here once a week.
Right now.
Well, it's a little late.
What do you mean? Isn't the kitchen still working?
Doesn't matter.
You suggest I go out and find this worm for you on an empty stomach? I've only had like 10 eggs and like 17
So-
strips of bacon.
While he's having this argument and looking up at this guy, I want to cast Minor Illusion to put like 10 pounds of bacon and eggs on this plate.
Very well. I'm just gonna give it to you at this point. 10 pounds of bacon and eggs appear in front of Finrak.
Okay, who did
And
this?
Boswick just looks wide-eyed.
Who did this? I know this is a trick.
Eat up, Buttercup.
You just put this in front of my face.
It's
This is not real.
delicious. Try it.
Just eat
I
it,
touch it.
Finrak.
I touch it. Yeah, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. This was a false. I cannot believe this.
Taz is gonna cast Minor Illusion for 10 pounds of bacon and eggs on the table behind him.
Oh, look.
All right, it
Look,
works.
some real bacon and eggs behind you.
You guys, you
It
all
looks-
think this is really funny.
No, this one looks identical to the plates that she was carrying out earlier. The bacon is woven in nearly the same fashion. It's nearly indistinguishable.
Okay, I know. She didn't bring this out this time. Okay, I know that's not real. It just showed up there. Come on.
But that's what you could have.
Listen, there's only one way. There's only one way to kill a giant worm, and that's with a cold shower. Am I right? So maybe if we just put some cold water down the hole, your worm problem will be fixed. Huh?
One of my eyes kind of wanders.
Boswick looks very confused. 'Cause I think you're missing. I think you're missing something here.
No, I mean it's worth a try. Let's indulge the man.
No, I mean
I think you should throw some water down there.
I think he might be missing his marbles.
No, that's not possible. Look, he just put bacon and eggs in front of me. That can't be.
Very well. He goes
He
back
did
and
more than you.
he rolls out a barrel. Says, "This is our water stock for the day." Give
I'm
it a
gonna,
go.
as he's doing this, I'm just gonna nudge Varg again and whisper, "That was just a joke. It was just fucking. It's a sexual joke. I'm gonna let him do it anyway, though."
Varg gets up and helps him. It's in barrel version.
Element is just calmly sipping his water still.
Ow. All right, you guys are gonna go pour the water down the hole.
No, I thought that that the other guy was going to do that. The balls guy, the guy with the balls.
No, he just brought it out to you.
I think he should do it. It's his bar.
Help him dump it over. into the
Balls read.
All right, you uncork it, and water flows out of the barrel into the pit, and nothing happens.
This is how you planned this one shot to go, right?
Exactly.
Did it work?
Oh man, it didn't work. It's so crazy.
It's a valiant effort. I thought you did a great job.
Listen, you all
Target's
seem to be
gonna
having
bite by
fun, but I really need you to find this segment.
Why are you laughing?
It's destroyed.
This is very serious.
This thing has destroyed me, Tavern. This is me life's work.
I think the man finally realized that he's got balls in his name.
It's all I've got. Will you help me?
I think we've had our bit of fun. Perhaps we should help this gentleman.
So you'll do it?
Yes, I suppose it's the right thing to do.
Oh, thank you. Right, the legend about the tremor worms. It's said that there's a great stone golem that herds them about, saying they call him the Stone Shepherd or something like that. He's supposed to live in the forest, or at least he travels through it. And it's that way, and if you go through it, I'm sure you'll find something. At the very least, maybe the Archmage's abandoned building. And he kind of points out the giant hole in the wall that this tremor worm has created, and you can see there are trees there, and a path that leads into it. Beyond that, he's got nothing for you, though. It's all hearsay. Like I said, it's been hundreds of years.
Well, what do you say? What do you say, Carl?
More exciting than delivering packages.
Oh, our last run of tea was pretty well met.
Well,
I would like to head out on this journey now.
Very well.
Party's gonna try and get some more meat from the kitchen first.
let's go drain this snake.
Doesn't seem like I'll be able to have any more meat from the kitchen.
Carl, it's not a snake. It's a big worm.
Right. Once again, it was just a joke.
I think he meant trouser.
As you guys are leaving, the
Yes,
barmaid,
Tesla.
the barmaid kind of nudges Carl on the shoulder and gives him a wink. Says,
Oh.
you come back, I've got something for you.
Oh. Maybe I will come back. I wink back, but my eye doesn't fully close. So it just looks like I got something in my eye.
She's got this like horrible, like awful giggle.
I need to go now.
All right, you leave through the broken wall. You don't even use the door.
Guys, I might stay. Just kidding. I'll be back.
And you begin to approach this forest, and one of the people that you had noticed in the tavern earlier kind of approaches you and bumps into you on the way past and just kind of apologizes, sorry, and continues on her way without anything else happening.
What the fuck was that?
You guys proceed into the forest, or at least to it, before actually embarking on this thing. One of you thinks that was kind of strange, don't you think? But beyond that, think nothing of it. Are there any supplies that you guys think you're gonna need?
I'm good.
Cool. You
Does
all
anybody need to stop and go to the bathroom or use the potty at all? Children? Anyone?
Maybe.
No, well,
Carl, are you wearing your diaper?
Carl looks down. Yes.
I don't know. Are you questioning that you're wearing the diaper?
Mm, Yes. No.
Someone needs to check Carl before we go.
I'm
Can you check
old.
him?
I can control my bladder.
It checks him. Pats him on his
Get
butt.
off of me now!
You're checking him. Roll
Don't get near
perception.
me.
Roll
Oh, God.
perception.
Roll perception.
Okay, so maybe I dribble from time to time. Don't look at me.
No joke. Natural 20.
You don't even have to get like close enough as he's swatting you away, screaming, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" You can smell that the diaper is sloppy.
I think he shit his pants. He looks at the group.
That's how I like it.
He gives another smell. Yep. He's definitely gone. Come on, Carl. And he takes him by the hand like a child.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Once the diaper.
Can we just go find this worm?
once the diaper's
I'm about
all
to.
changed.
Okay, I didn't know you were into that.
Once the diaper's been changed, you proceed back to the group and you carry on.
Skip cutscene.
Would I have to roll?
Yeah, I want to play this out, DM. Come on.
Roll a strength check to
Bam!
get Carl to the ground. Contested strength check to get Carl on the ground.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Alman is still drinking his water.
12.
12. Carl.
Considering using an alternative measure here.
Okay.
If you want to use magic, I'll use magic.
Can Varg help?
Why are you trying to overpower me? 9 strength.
He is able
Oh
to.
no, you've overwhelmed me.
He's able to force you to the ground.
Yeah. I just kind of smile at him while I'm on the ground.
Well, if he's submitting like this, you're able to very easily remove said diaper.
DM, I don't have more diapers.
Roll Constitution.
Oh my god.
Constitution save?
Yeah.
10.
Okay. You're able to get the diaper off, but his bottom half is a fucking mess. And you
I just put his pants back up.
You see and you smell it, and you have to choke back vomit.
I'm like, oh. Don't you have prestidigitation or something?
You got quite a weak stomach for a dragonborn. I like it.
Oh god. Are the pants back on? Carl, are you
Are the
contesting?
pants back on?
I have nothing to
You've overpowered me.
I use one of my scroll cases with notes to clean them up.
Elman, perhaps you should use your shot of water. Just throw it right on the bottom there.
You now have a handful of shitty scrolls or shitty parchment pieces.
I roll them up and put them in his backpack.
Very well.
Put him in my backpack?
Yeah.
All right, did I see him do that?
Roll perception.
Okay. 16.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
I let it happen.
He's letting it happen, I guess.
All right, big boy, let's go.
That was over so quickly.
Thank goodness we can get on with the journey now.
I like to imagine everybody else is standing over them watching.
Basically.
This silver dragonborn changes one fucking diaper.
All right.
I'm ready.
You're all ready, and you set off into the forest with no real direction. But you carry on. The path leads on basically just one way for most of it. And after maybe 20 minutes of travel, you get to a fork. One way that goes off to the left a little bit, and one that just continues on very straight. The straight path seems to be very beaten down. Hooves, cartwheels, footprints, very well-traveled trail. And the one on the left is fairly fresh, but not nearly as used.
I take the poopy scrolls out of my backpack and throw them in a bush.
Okay.
That'll keep them off of our scent.
Maybe your scent.
Yeah, his scent is kind of there now.
Listen, anybody know much about the woods? Where are we going?
I used to live in the woods for quite some time.
Ah, fucking great.
You
Tell
wanna
us
get
where to
ch-
go, big boy.
You want to get changed again?
Change into what? Something a little more comfortable? A little early for that. We just had breakfast.
Oh
I-
God.
I've already forgotten like where the guy was telling us to go.
I guess I'll look for the more feasible path. What do I need to roll?
Also, Varg is sort of a forest scout kind of guy.
Okay, you're what path are you looking for? I'm sorry.
For the one that looks more used, I guess.
More used. That's the one straight ahead. It's very clearly more
Yeah,
well traveled.
He told us that there was a bunch of stuff on the ground and stuff.
Sorry, I was too busy looking at my family history with crap all over it.
No, it's all good. Okay.
Oh.
It is the one right in front of you.
Well, this one looks like it's been used more.
Perhaps that's the safe way down. Maybe the other way is a dangerous path.
Varg, you get a feeling, but you're not quite sure why. You've never felt this before, ever having traveled anything, but you become uneasy.
Just in general.
Just in general, there's just this slight, like in the back of your mind, there's something not quite right. You're not entirely sure what it is yet.
Alright, Varg's just gonna be alert and scan the area.
Okay. So you're taking the well-traveled path?
Have we decided which way we want to go?
I mean, this is the path that a lot of people take.
True. Very well.
Well,
You go down
how?
The
Now, don't
well-traveled
let me
path.
stop you.
you go down the well-traveled path. You carry on for probably another 15 minutes before anything really comes up. Everything seems very, very peaceful until you feel another slight tremble in the earth, but this one is not quite as strong as the one you felt in the tavern.
Did you feel that?
After a few moments, with nothing really happening, the tremor subsides, and you're able to carry on again. After another short while, you reach another fork. This time, the well-traveled path hikes off to the left, and an overgrown kind of path that you can see is very clearly a path. It's been clear-cut of trees and things like that, but the grass has grown onto it. Is on your right.
Does someone want to perhaps move some of this foliage?
Varg grabs his hand axe and starts kind of clearing the path a little.
All right. You are hacking away at basically just grass, small growth. Are you going to continue down the right path?
Yes.
Which path looks more
Well,
traveled?
wish we had a map of this damn forest.
I do too. The more traveled path was the one on the left, and Varg has started clearing some of the grass on the right path. It seems much older.
Can I recall any information about stone golems?
Roll a... Would a nature check be right for that? I'll say yes. I'll say it's a nature check or a history check.
13. Either way.
13. You know quite a bit about stone golems, but not this one in particular.
Mm.
But you do recall that they typically do live in caves and underground structures and things like that, and very rarely venture out into the open world.
Are there any? Are we just in dense forest?
At the
Or is
moment,
there any-
yes.
Okay. Are we? Can we see if there's like any mountain ranges nearby?
Through a break in the trees off to the northwest, you can see that there is a pretty sizable mountain range, but it's quite far away.
Okay. I'll just kind of keep to myself then.
Okay.
How long do I need to? I so rarely play casters. How long do I need to spend to do a ritual? Is it an hour?
It depends.
10 minutes?
10
Yeah,
minutes,
I think
yeah.
they're typically 10 minutes, but I think there are some that can be completed instantly as well.
All right. While Varg is chopping away at grass, I am going to kind of go down onto my knees and put my hands together,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Find Familiar to summon my buddy.
Okay. You take about 10 minutes laying out the things that you need in order to do this ritual and place your hands together. Under your breath, you mumble a few things. A bit of arcane energy kind of starts to spark around your hands, and in front of you, your familiar appears. A poof of
Okay.
smoke.
Yeah, so you guys see, sort of like a purple puff of smoke, and then a small, almost bat-like creature, but almost has like a miniature humanoid body attached to it with little tiny horns,
All right.
and it's just flapping there. And then I reach out to him and I say, "Hey, Chef, good to see you again. I need you to can you do me a favor and just go down that other path back a ways?"
Back down the left one.
Yeah. And hide yourself. And I tell him to cast. He has invisibility until he attacks or his concentration is broken.
He becomes invisible in a blink, just kind of fades into nothing, and you hear the wings just kind of zip off back behind you as he goes back.
Oh, and tell me if you see any sweet racks too.
Goes back and tries to find this trail.
Okay.
While Varg is
He
hacking
also-
away, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say one other thing. I never get to use this stuff, so this is pretty cool. I have telepathic bond. Master senses what the imp senses within 1 mile.
Okay.
So and keep that in mind.
Will do. Varg is continuing to just kind of hack away at the heavy undergrowth that's here. He's come upon some prickly bushes at this point. He's probably about 15 feet down, and the path looks pretty clear behind him. He's doing a great job, and you all appreciate that. You know, by
Sweet
himself.
You need some help there, friend.
Vargas kind of grunts.
Terrific. I don't do anything.
Yeah, I'm not very strong either.
All right.
I start falling asleep on Finrock.
Button, you need to get off of me.
No.
No, you need to move. You need to move off of me right now.
I think I'll come in for a cuddle too.
Never mind, I'm up.
This is not how I planned my day.
Now we're taking a nap.
God damn it, I'm going to help him move the bushes.
With Finrak's help, the bushes are cleared in minutes, and you guys are able to continue down the path with nothing but some light grass growth at this point. It's not well trodden, but it just becomes dirt. Nothing from the imp yet. as you continue down this path, the forest seems to grow a little bit darker. And almost quieter in a way. You can still hear the birds, but they almost seem very distant. And at this point, none of you are suspicious of anything. You carry on for another five-ish minutes, and Carl, you actually hear voices.
Oh. Like near my person or just through my buddy?
No, through you.
Through me.
Yep.
Oh, that's weird. None of you guys can hear that?
Huh?
It's
No.
like I'm
Oh, God.
old and
The
you
old
guys
man
are not.
is- The old man's having another episode.
What does it sound like to me?
I'm gonna go
to
and
you-
sniff his pants.
There's no way. There's no way he just took another poop.
What does it sound like to me?
To you, it sounds like just a couple of deep, gruff voices. You can't make out what they're saying, but it's not friendly sounding by any means. And if you listen very closely, you can almost hear like a scraping sound, like scraping a metal.
Guys, everyone, would you be quiet? I hear voices. And then I like the nice kind of voices that you hear when like a good-looking woman leans into your ear and whispers sweet nothings.
We get it. We need to be quiet now.
That.
If there's
What?
bad people around, we need to be quiet.
You said quiet?
Can I
God
start?
damn it, son, calm down.
Can I start sneakily walking in the direction of the voices I hear?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Go ahead and you're gonna walk in the direction of them.
Stealthily.
Yeah, stealthily. It's gonna lead you through some brush, so go ahead and roll for stealth.
Okay. That's okay. I'm very nimble.
I do it back.
Was this a mistake? No, it wasn't a mistake. Oh, natural 20.
Oh, nice. You are absolutely silent as you pass through some of the thickest brush and crap you've ever encountered out in the forest.
He's really good at sneaking through. Fighting.
This is honestly really impressive for a man.
Shit, old man move his body like this?
This is how we found him, remember?
All right,
As
there
you-
I go. What do you guys do?
I guess Taz will fall after.
Taz will follow after. All right, also roll stealth.
14.
14. You're not so lucky. You're very quiet up until you get to the very large kind of bramble with the spikes on it. And as you pass through it, one nicks you in the neck. And you give a little bit of a shout. But you catch yourself and you listen. Carl, you don't hear the voices change or anything like that.
Change is in like it's not getting louder or anything.
No, it's getting louder as you're getting closer,
Oh,
but they're
okay.
not. Nobody's been alerted. They're just continuing to kind of mind their own business. They either
All right.
didn't hear or they don't care.
Okay. I turn around slightly and glare at what's your character's name again, Gozura?
Tazwarum, but you,
Taz.
yeah, Taz.
I turn around, look at Taz, and I kind of give him a stare. And as I glare at him, one of my eyes wanders again slightly, and then I turn around and I keep sneaking towards the voices.
Taz almost vomits in his mouth.
All right, as you continue to sneak on, roll another stealth check.
Sure. All right, so I can't roll that die again. Ooh, okay, still not bad. 17.
All right, again, you're very, very stealthily moving through this. You're very close to the camp now. You can hear the voices pretty clearly, and you're about to breach one of the bushes when your hip pops. It doesn't hurt, but there is a pretty significant, just kind of like crack. Again, the voices don't seem to mind.
Am I at the point where I can see through
You
and
can
kind of?
yeah, you can see through.
Okay.
And what you see as you breach the brush is two bandits sitting around a small smoldering fire. There's no actual open flame, it's just a little bit of char going on, cooking some small rodents directly over the top of it. And one of them, a third bandit, is pretty heavily decorated, has a lot of kind of jewelry on and many just kind of flashy, nice things. And they seem to be talking about past adventures and how they've just stolen and robbed and murdered so many of them. These people.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait there and keep peering over my shoulder to see who's catching up to me.
Very well. Taz, are you still pushing forward with them?
Yeah.
Right, roll another stealth.
10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you step on a rather large twig. And at this point, one of the bandits kind of looks over the shoulder, a little bit concerned, but not seeing anything through the heavy brush around them, kind of brushes it off.
The rest of us, do we have any idea what's going on, or are they too far away now?
At this point, they're probably a couple hundred feet away. You're not really sure what's happening.
I'm going to continue to stay here until I am needed, meaning that they're going to make a lot of noise and I'm going to come and fuck shit up.
Alright,
Get fucking impaled
I'm
in the
not going to
bramble.
stealth. I'm not going to try to stealth this
you are
shit.
not going to try and stealth?
Varg sighs and kind of starts heading off after them.
Okay.
What the fuck they're
We
doing.
have lost Rampy. Yeah. This is power went out, maybe. So he'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so you're gonna head back with him. Go ahead and roll stealth as you travel through some of these bushes.
19.
19. You make it through with no real issues. Finrak,
Yes.
roll perception. No, you know what? You said you're not doing any kind of stealth and you're just kind of sitting there.
I'm alert, but yeah, I wasn't planning on stealthing through that brush.
All right. Well, if you're just sitting there, then don't worry about it.
Am I still with Elman?
Yeah, you're gonna be with Elman for the time being. Go ahead and you know what? No, hold on. Let's see here. What's your AC?
18.
18. All right. A crossbow bolt slides past your head, slicing the air, and embeds itself in a tree right next to you.
I immediately turn to where the bolt came from.
You see nothing.
You're saying this in
No.
character, right?
No.
I
need to.
Think about to pull out a sword.
What about Elman? What happens to Elman? Does he notice this?
No, he doesn't.
What the?
Well, I mean, he notices the bolt, but he just kind of ducks out of the way and hides from wherever it came from.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go towards where the bolt came from.
Towards where the bolt came from. Oh man. Wow. From right behind you, you hear a crunch and a groan as another bandit, the first one that you've seen, falls over behind you and drops his dagger in the dirt, and then gets up very quickly and goes, "Oi!"
Wait, the bandit does that?
Yeah, he does that to you.
Oh, I thought he like died or something. I
No.
thought that's what you
No.
made it sound like.
No, he tripped.
You made it sound like the bolt like hit the guy. Never mind.
No,
Sorry.
it's in a tree.
Oh, okay. Well then I'm just gonna fucking attack that dude.
You're gonna attack that dude? Go ahead and roll initiative then.
4.
All right. The other guy's gonna go first, and we're gonna say that Elman has rushed down the trail to catch up to Varg and the other guys.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah. A another crossbow bolt whizzes out of some nearby brush. You said your AC was 16, 18?
18.
All right, this one is going to bounce off your shoulder. It's just going to skin the armor on your shoulder. No damage.
Okay. Okay.
So you are now up.
Okay. And I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to. How close is he to me?
You have no idea where the guy that's firing bolts at you is, but the guy that's right behind you basically tripped trying to stab you in the back. He's only a couple feet away.
All right, so I immediately pull out my hammer.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna fucking like swing and turn around at the same time. So I don't know if I'm like swinging blindly or not, but I mean I know where he is, right? So
You have an idea, so I guess roll at disadvantage.
okay. Do I have my attack bonus, right?
Yeah.
So 22.
Did you roll twice?
Oh yeah, I should do that. 21.
Jesus.
21.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled a 17 and then a 16.
Nice. That's good.
Damn. All right. You hit him. Roll for damage.
11 damage.
11 damage. All right. You have literally swung your hammer around at just the right level and caught this poor dude in the temple. You hear a sickening and a crack as your hammer embeds itself into the side of his face. His eyeball is now basically facing directly towards your hammer, and the other one is staring into your soul as his jaw hangs very loosely to the side. You've killed him.
I didn't get enough bacon and eggs for this. Have I alerted? Do I know if I've alerted anyone? Have I been silent enough? Or
I mean, the other guy knows where you are, and
well, no,
presumably.
I'm talking about like my group. And
Oh, for your
everyone,
group,
like,
yeah, you haven't made any noise unless you've shouted out or anything.
Terrific. Yeah, no, I was trying to be quiet.
Okay. So that bandit is now in a heap on the ground, and you hear some rustling in the bushes from where the crossbow bolts were coming from.
I turn and go towards the rustling.
Okay, you search through the bushes for a few minutes and find nothing. Actually, roll investigation.
11.
Yeah, you find nothing. Back to the other guys. You're still just sitting there in the bush?
Did you drag Rampy in?
He can come in.
He said to drag him in. I don't know.
He doesn't need to be dragged in. My bad. There. Okay. So, all good. Elman, you've caught up to Varg. Varg and Elman are very close behind Carl and Taz.
Elman didn't have to do any stealth or anything like that?
Well, no, he was running to them. He's not trying to be quiet at this point.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
And the general demeanor of the bandits in the camp, again, seems unchanged even now. Elman is going
Do
to...
I have I perceived anything through my imp where he
through-
went down that path?
No, your imp is still kind of traveling around, just looking very carefully, staying out of sight of basically everything, but hasn't really pinged anything of interest yet.
Okay.
Elman approaches you and tells you that they were attacked back at the crossing, or the fork. Varg, he tells you.
All right, Varg's gonna turn around and run back towards Finrak.
Okay.
Does Taz hear that?
Taz, you do hear them behind you, which kind of confuses you and Carl, but you can both hear them very clearly as they're not really being careful anymore. But again, the bandits don't seem to pay any mind.
But did I hear the exchange of they got attacked behind us?
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, Taz is gonna tap Carl.
We should go with them.
Or we could stay here and have a little fun ourselves.
Tess smiles.
That's precisely what I wanted to hear.
Am I with them or am I away from them?
You and Varg are not near these two right now.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Good.
As
did Elman ever say he was running back too?
no, actually, Elman, are you following Varg back?
Yes.
Okay, then yes. As this weird exchange is happening in the bushes outside of camp of bandits, Taz, over Carl's shoulder through the bushes, you see another figure emerge and whisper something into the decorated bandit's ear, and then disappear again into the growth.
I think they know we're here, Carl.
No fucking chance.
I'm just like glaring at the two of them by the fire with a smile showing that I only have 4 or 5 teeth left.
All right.
And then and then I kind of turn and look at Taz, kind of like waving my eyebrows.
I imagine they're doing like a wavy motion, like one end of one goes
V-wave.
up. Yeah, like the actual wave, a sine wave.
How are the bandits like arranged around this campfire?
The decorated one is sitting on his own stump, maybe a couple feet from the actual fire, and he's the one that's actually like turning the spigot, or not the spigot, but the spit, with the rodents on it. And the other two are just kind of off, kind of almost in a triangle, but slightly off to the left. There's a couple other empty stump seats and log seats that you can see.
Okay. Taz just kind of nods at Carl.
Let's get these guys.
I communicate with Chuff, my imp, to come back to my location, but stay overhead.
Okay. It's going to take him a few minutes. He's made it pretty
Sure.
far, but he'll be back at some point.
I'm gonna have Chuff come back.
What?
I'm gonna have my boy Chuff come back, and then we'll go.
Sounds like a plan. Should we take out the big guy first? If we can get him into a line, I can. Well, you know what happens.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for Chuff to kind of like be overhead somewhere.
Okay. As you turn back and look over at the camp, it appears that they've kind of rearranged themselves in a fashion. Now there's only one sitting across from another bandit, and the decorated one has disappeared.
Are they in a line from us?
No, you are perpendicular to them.
Is there a way that I can shimmy around to make them in a line?
Yes.
I would like to do that then.
All right. Go ahead and roll another stealth.
Okay. Oh, what is my 15?
15. All right. You make it around fairly quietly, and they, again, don't seem to be paying any mind.
Perfect. I'm going to cast lightning bolt on them.
All right. Go ahead.
So what
Are
they have
we
to make
both
a-
getting a surprise round here? If
Yes.
we both want to attack. All right, sweet.
So I guess I'll kind of like nod to Carl that we're doing this.
I mean, if I see like magic coming from somewhere, I'm gonna know it's you.
Like a time thing, like, all right, let's
Sure.
do this. Yeah.
Sure.
Let me see. I think they have to roll dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Where is lightning bolt? Yeah, they have to do a dexterity saving throws with 15 being the DC.
15 being the DC. One of them does save, the other does not.
Okay. Now, the one that saved takes half this damage, but the one succeeded takes all of it.
Yep.
For 8d6 lightning damage.
Oh man.
It's a garbage bin full of dice.
Oh crap. Okay. So 23.
They're both dead.
I go to like cast, and then I see what happens. And I'm just holding my hands out.
Yeah, they in a line. They both a lightning bolt passes through their chest, out the like eye sockets of another, and to the other guy, and they're both just standing there, basically seizing as the electricity passes through their body until they fall over, smoldering to the ground.
Well, that was a level 3 spell, so
Good.
not.
It goes
Good night.
across the way in the forest
It
where
goes
I
a-
was.
Yes, it goes 100 feet.
You,
You've singed, you've singed the bushes and put a hole in a tree.
and 5 feet wide.
yeah, you just hear over in the location where you left me, like,
Oh, and lightning ignites flammable objects in the area that
oh
the warrior carries.
oh no!
You
Don't say
started a
that.
forest fire.
Jesus Christ!
We're gonna have to change Carl's diaper again.
I told you I'm powerful.
I look at Varg. You smell that?
Well, it because it's I'm a wild sorcerer, so
Mm-hmm.
if you want me to roll on the wild mat or then I roll a d20.
Wait, you're a wild sorcerer? I thought you were a draconic.
No.
Oh,
He's a dragonborn, but he's a wild sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
must have misread that. Yep, wild magic. There it is. Wow.
Let me roll on this d20.
Okay.
It's cocked. 16. So still good
Okay.
for now.
Well, good is a term I might not use yet, as the forest around you has now caught fire.
Carl, let's get out of here.
Carl, make a dexterity check.
Carl has that face on in his profile picture.
Dexterity save.
Yeah, dexterity save.
Okay. That is a 10 even.
A 10 even. You narrowly dodge, a burning tree as it falls down.
Jesus Christ!
Get out of there, Carl.
You-
All right, I'm gonna go run and meet up with sorry, what was the name? Taz. I'm gonna go meet up with Taz.
Okay, very good.
I start. I want to rummage through their camp.
Jeff, where the fuck are you?
Okay, Jeff is. You can see him overhead. He's coming.
His name is Jeff. But yeah, Jeff works.
I was hearing Jeff the entire time too.
All right, Chuff can be seen overhead.
Chuff?
Yeah, Jeff.
It's definitely Jeff, dude. It's
No, it
Jeff
has
for
to be.
sure.
I heard Jeff.
Oh man. He's kind of just like, what the fuck happened here? You can
You can
sense.
speak as him. He speaks common.
Okay, you can sense that he's at a loss for words because he just witnessed this happen. He came as the lightning bolt was being cast, and so from his perspective, he's flying up. All of a sudden, a bright light shoots up out of the leaves in the trees, and the canopy catches fire. And after that, he just sees smoke, and now you two.
Pretty good, huh, Chuff?
Good. Good.
I know. Very good. All right, let's head back.
Wait, there could be valuable things here.
All right, well,
You're rummaging.
Oh yeah.
All right, you go through some of the bedrolls and the packs that have just kind of been laid out, and you come across. Let's see.
A legendary weapon.
You
magic code money.
you come across 17 silver pieces, and a gold piece. These guys are relatively poor.
Highly decorated.
uh, make
I'm gonna decorate this camp with my.
No time.
Just kidding. I am kidding. It's a joke. We gotta go help the rest of our people.
All right, so you guys are leaving the camp. Varg and Elman, you are now back with Furnace.
Just see smoke and lightning crack.
Yeah, the giant crack of thunder that you heard behind you has now, it's got you looking in that direction. And as you're just kind of staring over there, these two dopes come stumbling out of the bushes, charred and blackened, just kind of in the face and on the clothes. They look a little dirty. They've been spending some time in the ash. And they just kind of fall out onto the path beside you.
Great of you to show back up.
Oh,
I
is it
think I got
us?
everything. I think I got everything handled though.
Yeah, while they were gone, you found nothing.
Wait, so this happens back when we were with Finrag?
Yeah, you guys were as you.
Okay.
I found there was some man shooting or something shooting bolts at me. I don't know where he went though. I heard rummaging through these bushes here, and that's it. That's all I saw.
Chuff is alerted.
Okay.
He sees movement in the not yet burning forest, but from that direction.
Okay. So it says here I can perceive through him.
Okay.
So I'm just going to turn to Taz and just kind of tell him exactly the direction of where these other guys are, and start heading in that direction.
Okay. You head off kind of to the sort of the north, almost directly. Again, there's no path leading this way. You could take the path that's slightly off to the west, as it does travel a bit to the northwest, but directly in that direction is just like a straight north march.
I'm headed straight there.
Very well. Are you trying to be sneaky or anything?
Yes, I'm good at this shit.
Okay.
Ooh, 16.
16.
I guess I'll be sneaky as well.
All right.
You just see me start fucking.
Oh no!
Oh, don't
Michael.
say that.
Natural one.
Natural one. Carl, you're following very closely behind Carl, and as you travel through the brush here, you step in something.
Carl, did you shit again?
And
Maybe.
you exclaim in disgust. Exactly that. And at this point, the rustling that Chuff has
I wet my boot on a tree.
has alerted you of has become rapid now. They're approaching you at a faster rate. You kind of start to hear this thumping.
Okay. Thumping as in like something. It doesn't sound like a
Like
bandit.
huge?
It does not sound like a bandit.
Holy fuck!
Are we separate or are we all together now?
Oh, we're separate.
We're separate now.
Oh, we don't hear this?
We're separate.
No,
alright.
you guys don't hear it, but you can kind of feel it in the ground almost a little bit, but because of the nature of the quest, you dismiss it as another tremor worm.
Help me find this bandit.
Taz looks at Carl. Maybe we should get the fuck out of here.
Maybe we should get in.
I like your style. I hold my ground.
I do have a +4 charisma.
Same here.
Oh god. Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, if it sounds like it's getting closer and louder,
Yeah.
then I want to just ready a spell and wait
Okay.
while we're there.
Sounds good. You guys are you're still hidden fairly. They know you're there, but you're hidden. And the thumping becomes louder. Just and a giant hand wraps around a young tree and literally rips it to the side, and in front of you stands this great Etten. this two-headed ogre-looking creature
Carl
standing
poops.
again,
Yep.
standing many feet taller than you. And it looks around, and one of its head snuffs up, and the other one says, "Oh, stop with the noise! It disgusts me!" And he looks back at after sniffing the air and says, "Ah, shut your mouth! I don't want to hear it from you." Behind him, you can see the bandit captain and the final one of his crew.
Oh, they're in a line?
No.
Ah.
They're they're traveling.
Not anymore. They're not.
No, they're traveling in a sort of delta kind of shape. So
Got it.
they're just kind of avoiding anything that the Etten might kick up behind them, as one of them has been hit in the face with a boulder before in this very fashion. The Etten is wearing nothing but a loincloth and some boots made out of entire deer skins, with the antlers just above the toes, and is carrying in his hand a giant club. And you can see wrapped around the wrists there are these chains and these cuffs that are attached to him. Same thing with the legs, though the cuffs don't have chains on them currently. They still don't know you're there, but the bandit captain steps forth and says, "They're near. I know they're near. I can smell him. Smells like shit." And this bandit captain, now that you can get a better look at him, he's orcish.
Ooh.
Could be a half orc, but he's definitely orcish. Standing at about 7 feet tall, and he's very burly. The other
Okay,
guy,
so giant N, half orc, and another dude. You said.
yep, and the other guy is he's a humanoid. He's wrapped up in dark clothing, but you
He's
can't.
a normie.
Yeah, he's a normie.
Okay.
I'm just gonna remain quiet.
I am still as fuck, saying nothing, but smelling of poo.
Smelling of shit. Find him. Well, he said, find him, you go do the job. I don't want to, you do the job. And the Etten heads are kind of bonking into each other, fighting each other as they slowly lumber off to the left, around you guys. And the smaller bandit is now gone, just looking for you. The bandit captain is now sitting, just kind of smelling the air around you, taking some smaller steps closer and closer.
How close are they together?
Right now, having split up like that, you don't know where the little guy is. But the Etten and the bandit captain are now probably 25, 35 feet apart.
Okay.
I want to. I want to tell Chuff to go off with the weaker looking bandit.
Okay.
And I want to tell him to swoop in and use his sting on him.
Okay. Does Chuff have stats?
Yeah, he does. I have him ready.
Okay, excellent. Go ahead and he receives this order and flies off kind of in the general direction of behind the captain. Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay. That is decent. Okay. That is not decent. That is a 7.
That is a 7. He does not see anything, but continues to look. It's going to take maybe a couple turns to do this.
Okay. Go fuck him up, Chuff.
Frantically snuffing at the air. The rest of the party are looking for this other bandit?
Yes.
Okay. Do some investigation checks, each of you that are there. Varg, Finrak, and Elman.
$11.
Okay.
18.
Okay, Vargan, actually,
15.
You said you were kind of nature-sided? So I'm going to let you roll survival check on this.
Roll as well, or instead of?
Actually, no, you're proficient in both, so it really doesn't matter. It would come up as the same number.
Yeah, it's same bonus.
So All's good. What were your numbers?
18.
18,
11 for me.
11,
15.
15. Varg, you're the only one that sees this. You see light footprints back in some of the brush there, and they lead off in the direction that the other party members went to.
And
Does
they're
anybody
not just their
follow me?
footprints.
Hmm?
They're not just the footprints of the other guys. Party members.
No. These are different. They're in a different boot. I assume Carl is barefoot because he just seems like that kind of guy.
Yes.
Okay. Taz is wearing a.
Actually, he has socks on, but they're pretty ripped and tattered.
All right, we're gonna pretend that the socks are actually only held on right around the arch of your foot, where the least amount of contact is made,
Yeah.
and so the
Yeah.
tops are just kind of flopping on your toes as you walk.
I like flopping.
On your toes.
Whatever I can get.
And Taz is wearing a very specific kind of boot. Being a dragonborn, you can tell his footprints are different. These are humanoid, like very booted, leathery human feet.
Mark's gonna try and get the attention of Finrak and Elman and kind of point him over towards the tracks.
All right.
We should check over this way.
Hey Piper, yeah.
You saw
Story
something?
time. It's D&D.
Yeah.
By the way, Chris, thank you for
Terrific.
the sub.
Let's go.
I'm trying to figure out a way to do this.
And follow the tracks.
All right, very well. You all follow the tracks. It takes you a little bit. The underbrush is fairly dense, but you do follow it in a ways. And I need to see your passive perception, Varg.
14.
14, okay. I enter that so I have it. Let's see. Yeah, none of you hear anything. So you continue on. And then you begin to smell something.
Does it smell like Carl?
It smells like Carl.
Oh, we're following the footsteps of the old man.
No, something else. We're on the right track though.
So we're meeting with our party then. Do we hear, like, I'm assuming since we're starting to smell Carl, that do we hear any of the like ogres or anything like that, or
Not quite. Yeah, the Etten is a little bit further away, still kind of ripping up trees and ripping out bushes looking for these guys, but you haven't noticed it yet. However, as you get a little bit closer, you come around a tree, following the footsteps still, eyes on the ground, and you hear that real quick. Oi! A half-orc not 10 feet from you on the other side of this tree and beyond some brush. I've got a new scent! And you hear, after that, you've got a new scent, he says. Oh, he says he's got a new scent. Are you fucking deaf? And you see the Etten burst through the bushes. And he is a huge and imposing creature. Described exactly as I did for Carl and Taz.
Hopefully I'm
looking
hidden
up
behind
at
a tree or in the bushes or something.
Yeah, you guys are currently out of sight, but the half-orc now smells you.
And by Taz and Carl, is there anybody?
The nearest one to you would be the bandit captain.
Can we see him?
You can. Before anything happens, Carl, have Chuff roll. Perception.
Perception again? Sure. Come on, old Chuffy boy! That is a 4.
He's still kind of flying around through the trees, dodging some of the branches, looking very frantically for this smaller creature. He's not finding anything, though.
He's doing his best.
He's doing his best.
While he's doing his best, you want to...
Do me? What?
Glare.
Carl licks his lips.
You hear you hear his tongue pass over his dry, chapped lips like sandpaper over wood. Just like
Taz tries not to throw up.
Stop fucking around. Kill this guy right here.
And he points over to the captain.
To the captain? Aren't the captain and Eden like right beside each other?
They're about 15 feet apart now. They're in a clearing that the Etten has created by ripping out several trees. The clearing is currently, your positioning is now, Taz and Carl are on, imagine this if you will, the south side of a rather circle-shaped clearing with several uprooted trees thrown down around the edges of it. Varg, Elman, and Finrak are to your guys' left, off on the west side of this circle, slightly further up than you. You cannot see them, but that is where they are. The captain is basically between the two groups of you. So on the southwestern side of this clearing, maybe about 7 feet from the edge of it, just kind of smelling, trying to pick up on your trail. And the Etten is at the eastern, like just bursting through the brush.
How's the forest fire coming along?
The forest fire is developing. I have been rolling for it. You guys are far enough away right now where it's not really an issue.
Fuck this forest. I'm sorry. Is there two guys together, close to each other?
15 feet away.
About 15 feet.
They're 15 feet apart from each other?
15 feet apart from each other.
Okay.
I'm gonna either wait for Chuff to find this guy, or I'm gonna wait for Taz to do something. I'm not gonna do anything first.
Okay.
Maybe poop a little.
You begin to smell smoke.
It'll mask my scent. This is perfect. Good job.
The bandit captain also. Oh, that fire's coming along. We better find him quick. And the Etten just kind of like he mumbles off to themselves, and they continue fighting. And you can hear it's like punching himself in the chest a little bit. So you hear that, and the other one, stop it!
Well, screw it. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
As I'll just give him a little taste before it happens. As fire damage.
Okay.
To the guard. The
half orc.
Yeah. So I make a spell ranged attack. Ooh. 26.
26 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to.
So he takes 14 points of fire damage.
Very well. The captain is now alert to your position. Go ahead and roll initiative. Just you.
Yes. 18.
18. Okay. Alrighty. You are first, so you get to go again. You said 14 points?
14 points, yeah.
Right,
I
cool.
nudge Carl with my elbow, and then I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb at level 2.
Okay.
As fire damage again. Crap, that's a natural one.
You begin to cast this spell, and this orb of color forms at your hand, and as you throw it up, it just kind of vanishes and poofs off into the air.
Oh yeah, sorry. The first one, second one. Okay, my wild magic is off.
All right. The captain looks over at you, rather pissed off looks down at his kind of singed shoulder here. And goes, "You have made a grave mistake." And he charges at you with his scimitar
Can I
drawn.
stealth away, please?
You can stealth away.
Okay. 13.
13. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Okay,
You're
I just
able to- he's very
you
focused.
nudge me and then look away and then look back. I'm gone.
Yeah.
He's very focused on Taz.
But you can smell me.
Can Varg see the spells and all that being cast?
Oh yeah, everybody can see it.
All right.
A big orb comes out and strikes the captain in the
Varg.
shoulder. Yeah, strikes the captain
Varg's
in the
gonna
shoulder.
join in then.
Okay. Then you can go ahead and. Well, no, that would be a surprise attack. So yours is gonna happen right after the captain. He's gonna charge at you with the scimitar drawn, and he's going to make a slash. Whoops. At your face. 19.
Hits.
Yeah. So. Okay. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a fucking typo. That's beautiful. All right, only 5 slashing damage on this one.
Woo. All right. I'm down.
Nice level 5 pre-made you got there.
Use a glass cannon. No.
All right, so Varg's gonna charge in and join the fight.
I'm not going to charge in.
Okay.
I'm an archer type.
Oh,
so I'm
right.
gonna
Very good.
take some shots.
Sure. You are gonna have to move to see him around this tree now.
Taz screams like a girl.
Okay. Just like a.
Dragonborn.
Just,
So yeah, I'll move over enough to get a clear shot and leave some arrows.
Okay, go ahead and roll for attack.
Don't hit me like last time.
You got advantage on this because it is a surprise attack.
Okay.
Ooh, I should be rolling my nice.
So that'll be 24.
24. That will hit. Just shooting the one arrow.
Or, yeah. If I'm doing the surprise round, is that like a full attack action?
We'll just make it the one.
Okay. Well, that one then will be 10 damage.
Okay. The arrow plants itself firmly between the shoulder blades, but the half-orc is so muscly that it's able to kind of flex it a little bit, and it hasn't quite penetrated into anything vital, and he turns and glares at you and says, "There's another!" And at this point you hear and the Etten charges out into the open, screaming bloody murder. Except twice, because there's 2 heads. Go ahead and roll into the initiative here.
18.
Okay. And the Etten. Okay. We're going to take it from the bottom, and the Etten is going to take his turn. He's going to use all of his movement to get across to you, and he's going to swing the chain in his left hand at you.
You meaning?
I'm talking to you, Varg.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm used to playing with 2 guys. That's going to be a... it's going to be a 22.
Yeah, I'll hit.
Okay. And for the damage... Man. 10 slashing.
That hurts.
Yeah. But that is going to end his turn.
All right.
Which brings us back to you. unless the rest of the party's going to do anything.
I do, but I feel like I'm hogging the game, so I'll let anybody else do some stuff.
Anyone else want to join in?
Yeah, I do want to join in. I'm forming a plan here.
I'll take out my water skin and I'll just start drinking water out of it.
Oh, okay.
I cast lightning bolt on it.
You're going to cast lightning bolt?
No.
On
Is it
what?
my turn?
No, it would be Varg's turn at this point.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna take my action to disengage.
Okay.
and get away from this Etten.
Okay.
And that's
There it is.
Okay, so you have disengaged from the fight. That's going to put it onto Taz.
I'm gonna move towards Taz.
Okay.
All right. So I've got this dude right in my face, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Everything is ranged attacks. Let's see. That's 60 feet as well.
Have you
Alright,
seen any other ones? Oh, I can't see anything. Your fat face is in the way. Oh, shut it. The Etten's just kind of bickering amongst itself in the middle of this fight. It's not really taking it very seriously.
While Gozira's figuring out his stuff, can my imp roll perception again?
Yes.
All right. Nice. That's 14.
Dude, everything is okay. Well, I'm gonna have to. I'll just move.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
I'll stop drinking my water and decide to join the fight.
Is before I move. Just want to see if this is a bonus action or not. Sorry. No, that's an action. Yeah, since he's gonna be on top of me, use my breath weapon.
Okay.
So, DC's gonna be 15. Or no, con. 1, 8, 9, 12.
12 is going to be the saving?
Yeah.
Okay, he does save.
Okay, so he's gonna take half.
That's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, 15-foot cone.
Okay, you're going to catch them both in this, actually. And the Etten does not make the saving throw.
Cool. 11 points of cold damage.
All right, 11 points. Halved for the captain is going to be 5. And for the Etten is the full 11. Okay.
I'm just gonna chill out there then.
All right, you're not going to retreat or anything?
I mean, I think he's gonna chase me down anyway.
All right. The imp has run a full circle and has finally found the guy. After having traveled through smoke and flame. And reports back to you. You're like, Carl! I can see you!
You see me?
I can see you, and this prick's right behind you!
Oh, fuck! Fucking sting him!
Alright, go ahead and roll for the sting.
Okay. Nice. 17 to hit for the sting.
Nice, alright, that's gonna hit.
Yeah. All right. So sweet. 7 piercing, and he
Okay.
has to make a DC 11 con save.
Okay. He does make the save.
Okay. So he's not poisoned, but he
No.
still has to take half of.
7?
This is ridiculous. It's 3d6.
Oh shit. Okay.
4. So 4 additional poison damage from this
Okay.
thing.
In a bush directly behind you, you hear small bat wings fluttering, and a little pink.
Yeah.
And this bandit stands up, eyes wide, with his hands up in front of his mouth, clawed, formed into these
Yeah.
claws, just standing very tightly, and then falls over flat on his face. And you can see Chuff. Chuff is still stuck, trying to rip the stinger out of the guy's fucking neck while he's
Nice
laying
Chuff!
on the ground.
And
Finally,
then,
rips
can
it
I
out.
take this opportunity to cast a spell and enter into the fight?
Yes.
Awesome. Sorry, Taz, and I'm gonna cast. No, I'm gonna help you. I am going to cast. He's within 30 feet of me, right?
The captain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt.
Okay.
My arms go out and purplish lightning starts crackling through my fingers, and I send it flying towards the captain.
All right.
Which I think I need to make a ranged spell attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where is my? That's good. Okay. Ranged spell. Ooh, +7. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
So that's a 16.
16 just hits.
Oh.
Oof.
Okay, so that is. Oh, and I'm casting that at 3rd level.
Okay.
So that is gonna be. Nice. 13
13 damage.
damage.
Alrighty.
And that is lightning.
Okay. This purple ball of energy flies and crackles through the air, and you all smell that familiar smell of ozone, that electric smell, and slams into the captain's side. Doesn't knock him down, but definitely knocks him over a little bit. And he's very much upset as he shouts in pain. But he's not dead
Fuck
yet.
you!
He is not dead yet, but there's a significant portion of his armor that is now charred from both the fire and the other attack.
And my initiative is 14.
Alrighty. Okay, and that's going to bring us to the captain, who is going to kind of shake off that last hit and divert his attention right back to Taz, and he's going to make another swing with his scimitar. The first one is going to miss. He is using a multi-attack. The second swing with the scimitar is going to miss.
Ooh.
And with his offhand, he draws a dagger and in one sweep brings it across at you, rolling a 15.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, this is going to drag across your chest. It's going to do 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, not so bad. And unless anybody else is jumping in,
Where are they in comparison to me and Elman and I?
you are both by the tree on the southwest corner of this clearing. And everybody else is basically at the south side of the clearing. The Etten is probably closer to you at this point, as it went up and attacked Varg.
But how close? Like, can we see him?
Yeah, you can see him. You got to go around.
Can we attack him?
You got to go around the tree to do anything about it. You just basically take a step to one side. But yeah, you could attack him.
All right, Rampy, you can go first.
Wait, so nobody's next to him?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna move a little bit close to him and use Thunder Wave.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, how close?
Very.
How close?
I say like maybe 5 feet away from the orc. I think it is, right?
The Etten
No, well,
or the captain?
the captain.
The captain. Okay, you're gonna be kind of ruffling through some stuff. That's fine. All right, I'll let that happen. He's focused on Taz, so it'll count as a surprise attack. You can roll with advantage for hit.
I hate my life. 7.
7 on an advantage roll.
Mm-hmm.
Feels badman. All right. You go to clap your hands together for the thunder wave, but all you do is clap.
This is what happens when you try to look cool.
All right. Roll initiative to get into the order.
How tall is Elman, by the way?
Wait, did you cast a thunder wave?
Correct.
Oh, then it's
It's a
Constitution
damage
saving
still on fail too, right?
throw. Well, it's Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
Constitution save, so he doesn't have to roll to hit. Oh, right. Okay. So never mind. You got this. What's the?
But which way are you doing it? Are you doing
Yeah.
It's a 15-foot cone.
Wait, repeat that?
Your spell that you just cast is a 15-foot cone, and you approached the captain and cast it. You don't have to roll to hit. That was my mistake.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna get the spell off, but there's a save throw with it. And what direction are you doing it? Well, like where did you line yourself up next to this captain?
Like I'm behind him.
Behind him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Thunderwave is what's the saving throw on that?
It's Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
But what's your spell DC?
I'm trying to look for that right now.
What's your wisdom?
11. Wait. Oh my god, I'm so confused right now.
His spellcasting ability is Wisdom,
Yeah.
and spell save DC is 11.
Yeah, I read that so wrong. I'm so tired.
Oh, good. I rolled a 12.
Oh, good. Okay. So on this one, are you taking half damage from this then? Or are you just not being pushed? Half damage?
Half damage and not pushed.
Excellent. Okay. Let's see how the captain fares.
Sorry, Taz.
No, you're okay. That's 2d8.
The captain does not save. Go ahead and roll your d8.
Is it 2d8?
2d8.
So in total it should be 6.
Okay. 6 points of damage on the captain and 3 onto Taz.
Mm-hmm. Stop! Oh, shit!
The captain is now pushed 10 feet directly into Taz. Taz, make a dex save.
Ooh, I definitely 6.
6. All right. Take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as this giant half orc just kind of smacks into you and crushes you for a minute, dragging you across the floor. You're now both knocked prone.
How far is the captain from me now?
He's a little further away. He's 10 foot into the brush on top of Taz.
So,
If I come over and start beating the bottom of on top of me.
Can I go down? Can I go lay down with them?
Yeah.
You have advantage for that roll.
What do I roll?
Rampy, I need you to roll initiative too.
Gotcha.
All right, so Carl goes and lays down next to these two prone characters.
No, I mean, okay. It's just a joke.
I rolled a 15.
15. All right.
I don't like. Do you have? I'm like in the southwest side, you said, and they're like south of me, or
Mhm.
they're like at the south of the circle.
Well, now they're very much south of you, but you can't see them from there. There's too much brush in the way.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak towards where they are. So I'm gonna roll for sneak, I guess.
Okay, roll stealth.
Or yeah, stealth, right?
Mhm.
18.
Okay, also roll perception.
9.
Okay, you make it over to them, but you step in Carl's shit.
Crap. Damn it, motherfucker.
Happy holidays.
I can't do it. Is that that's my turn, right?
That'll
Or should
that'll be your movement. So you can do something now if you're near them.
am I near the how
Yeah,
close
no,
am I?
you've made it all the way to them.
Okay. I'm going to sneak, or I guess I'm gonna hammer this motherfucker, this captain.
Okay. Roll for a hit with advantage. And it's
okay.
It's an automatic crit because he's prone, right?
Okay, I rolled. What do I add to that? I add my attack bonus, right? So that's a 23.
What?
I rolled a 23.
Why are you rolling so high?
I rolled an 18 and a 3, and I add to my attack bonus, right?
Okay.
Or and it was a 23 then.
Your strength is a 2, or you're proficient in the thing, so that'd be a 5, 18. Yeah, okay. All right, you hit him.
And I'm going to also use.
He's calling you a liar. I don't know if you're getting that.
Don't worry. I've known him for too long. It's natural. It's really natural that he does that.
He usually doesn't roll that good. That's insane.
Take a picture, please.
Yeah.
Right. With my attack, I'm going to use my channel divinity guided strike to add 10 to my attack.
Oh god. Okay. Wait, to your attack?
Yeah.
You don't need
Or
to.
is that to my roll?
Yeah, you don't need to. You hit him.
Oh, I thought it was to my. I thought it was to my damage.
To your
Oh, it's just
damage?
my roll.
I think so. To your
Is it
attack.
Yeah, just a hit.
It says plus 10 to attack. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just a hit.
Okay, never mind then. 7 points of damage.
Nope, you're gonna double that.
Okay, whatever you say. I mean,
it's an
that sounds
automatic-
way better.
It's an automatic crit, because he's prone. So 14.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, and Taz, you're gonna take 7 of that.
What? I rolled a 23. That's wow.
He's underneath him.
Yeah, but the guy's body has got to take most of the damage.
It does. That's why he's only taking half.
God damn it.
Taz looks extremely rough. Like he looks really beat up.
Boy.
Oh
You're
my
thinking
goodness!
about that.
Sorry, I did not know you were underneath him. Wow.
You can't you can't see me.
This other one's pretty large. I'm sorry.
He does almost cover you up. He's a very broad, very tall orc.
I
Or
definitely
half-orc.
can't see you under him.
He's laying right next to you.
Because I've got my eyes closed.
Okay, Finrak, go ahead and roll into the initiative.
That's a 3.
Okay. All right, we're gonna pick up where we left off in that then, and it is now the Ettin's turn.
The Eden comes over and punches the captain. And take damage.
The Ettin is going to pursue. He's going to pursue Varg, and he's going to push onto that tree, and he's actually going to attempt to push the tree over.
Oh, leave me alone. I'm ranged. Leave me alone.
Oh man. That is a natural 20. He's going to charge into the tree with his shoulder dropped and just smash into the side of it, and it's just gonna right down on the other side. Were you standing near that tree?
No.
Roll
I mean,
dex.
What the
my last-
fuck is narrative? I'm trying to win.
All right, roll dex.
Yeah, roll dex.
13.
13. All right,
Not bad.
you are able to escape
Nice.
with a quick sidestep. That is the Eden's turn. It's going to be his movement and his action.
Is he like melee range of me though, or just?
No, he's
the
you're
tree?
you're disengaged. I assume you went like behind the tree and then took a few extra steps back, and now that you've stepped away, you're just outside of his chain range, but he'd have to move further towards you to hit you with the club.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't have any healers.
Hey, you have a cleric.
We have
Yeah,
a cleric.
Yeah,
You have
Finrax is
Carl.
cleric.
Finrax's a cleric.
Hi.
I don't know if he.
I thought you took an oath to do no harm.
I'm not, I'm not the best cleric around.
Do you have any healing
But it
spells?
got better.
You don't have any healing
I've been
spells for me?
looking, I've been looking through that, and I'm not sure I do.
I
I'm
don't
looking
think you
through
do.
it. I don't.
Doesn't
think I
mean we
do.
don't have a cleric.
No. Alrighty.
I can do things that can protect him. So I'll try that.
All right.
So we have a cleric, just not a healer.
Right. Varg, it's up to you.
All right.
Don't hit this guy.
You said don't.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
I mean, I was planning on shooting at him.
Well, if it hits me, I'm dead.
So I'm gonna take a shot at the captain
Okay.
with sharpshooter. So it's a -5 hit and +10 damage.
Okay. Oh boy.
Come
Okay.
on. Roll high.
Yeah, please roll high.
Is he still prone for advantage?
He is still prone for advantage.
All right. Here come the rolls. I got a 20.
Nice.
Not 20. So
Go- yeah.
23.
Go ahead and roll for your damage. I mean, it was an automatic crit anyways, you fucking overachiever.
So 2d8 is 7 plus 13 is 20.
20. All right.
Oh, wait. It's just doubling the die, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then 20.
20. Okay. You loose your arrow and it flies true to its mark and pierces the captain. Where were you aiming exactly?
Just at his head, I guess.
At his head? Very well. He hears the twang of the bow and looks up towards you as he's brushing off this thunder wave, his ears still ringing, and very suddenly an arrow pierces through his top eye, his right eye, as he looks over towards you. And right out the back, clean hole. The eyeball is still on the shaft of the arrow, having busted out of the back of the skull. I don't know how it did it, but it did it. It is now embedded in the ground behind him, and the half-orc captain just kind of holds there for a second and falls limp right on top of Taz.
Is Taz covered in gore?
Taz is now, yeah, he's basically, it's in his mouth.
Awesome.
I mean, he's covered in his own gore too. I think
Yeah.
at this point.
It's kind of mixing at this point. Taz, roll
That's- okay,
roll
that's what I was
Constitution to
hoping
check
for.
for STDs.
He's dead. We lost him.
Sorry. As you can hear, so I gotta keep it kind of muted.
That's all right.
What happened?
The captain was killed and is now laying on top of you, bleeding into your wounds.
Sweet.
So roll Constitution.
I got raw constitution.
For disease checks.
9.
You're good.
And then second attack, I'll take a shot at the end.
Okay.
I'm also going to use sharpshooter on this.
Okay.
see, 12 plus 3 is 15. And I'm going to go ahead and use a superiority die to add to that roll.
Go for it.
So it's 22 now.
22 is going to strike solidly.
For 20 damage.
20?
Yes.
Nicely done. Alright, it's going to, the arrow's going to strike the Etten squarely in the chest. And one of the heads is going to wince and screech in pain. And the other's going to look over. What are you whining about, you pussy?
Then I use the rest of my turn to just move away from the Etten
Okay.
as far as possible.
Okay, you back away into some of the brush. Next up we have Taz.
Tad's gonna roll underneath, away from the thing, from the captain's on top of him.
Okay.
He's gonna
Wait, am I
stand-
on that side?
Yeah, I think
hope-
we're both
I hope
on
so.
one side of you. So whatever way you roll, one
Yeah.
of us is getting fucked up.
Hey, big guy.
No, you're both on the same side.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'll roll that side then.
The orc captain is pushed. Make a strength check.
God, I don't want to like. I'm just trying to move underneath him, but
Oh, okay. Well then, if you're just moving out from underneath of him,
I'm
the
not
body,
pushing him off.
yeah, the body then just falls over, and you kind of skitter out from underneath him.
I want to stand up on top of Carl.
Okay, you're now standing on Carl, having used half your movement to do so.
I'm going to use one of my meta magics, quicken spell.
Okay.
So it changes my next spell attack to a bonus action.
Yep, and then you get to use a cantrip after that.
So I will use lightning bolt
Okay.
on the end.
Okay.
So it's gotta make a DC 15.
Doesn't matter. It's a natural
Next
one.
Oh, there we go. 8. D6. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. All right. So 10, 24 points of lightning damage.
All right.
And then I'll use. Oh, I gotta roll to see if I. Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, good.
I made it. I guess I use firebolt.
Okay.
So firebolt.
That one is a spell attack, right?
Yeah.
All right, ranged spell attack. Go ahead.
18 plus 7, so 25.
That does hit.
4. Yeah, see what I got to roll for it. 2d10. That 13. Or, no, 16. Sorry.
16. Okay.
What's fire?
You stand up, brush yourself off a little bit, look over at the Etten, and he kind of he senses something is coming, and he looks over you kind of dumb, and he goes, "What's that?" He says, "Look at it." And at that moment, you send forth the lightning bolt, strikes him squarely in the center of his body, and he just stands there and kind of shakes for a little bit as it takes its effect. It does its damage, burning a fairly large portion of his skin in the center of his body.
Is there anything 100 feet behind him?
More forest.
The lightning?
More forest. So you have started another section of forest fire. By the way, the other one is now closing in behind you.
I lean over to Dan and say, "Is it getting hot in here? Is it just me?"
I'm standing on top of you.
Oh God, man!
And then-
Can't you see we're wait? Did you poop your pants again?
Maybe.
You throw the firebolt and it strikes him in exactly the same place and kind of knocks the wind out of him since he was still kind of stunned from the lightning bolt. And you've done a very large portion of damage. He is not looking good.
I collapse dead. That definitely ends my turn.
Alrighty, that's gonna take it to Elman.
Hi.
Hi, it's your turn.
So I'm gonna go up to the captain's still alive, correct?
No, the captain's dead.
I kind of wait. What's alive? I want to wait for like 5 seconds.
The Etten.
All right. So I go to the end, right?
Mhm.
And I poke it with my scimitar.
I'm just gonna poke it.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke it
Okay.
real hard though.
Real
Really hard.
like more of a stab.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead and roll for roll for your attack.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. Good rolls today. Go ahead and roll for your damage.
That's a D6.
That is 1d6.
Tree.
3.
Yeah.
Doubled to 6. What's your no, it's a dex, isn't it? Technically counts as finesse.
Wait.
And you're not proficient with that. Alright. 6 damage.
Okay.
6 damage on the Etten. You walk up to him and you poke him through the leg as your head basically comes up to his belly button. Your scimitar goes all the way through, passing over the bone. And he kind of bends the leg a little bit. Ah!
I asked him, did you feel that?
Oh, he felt it, says the other head.
Good.
Alright, that takes us to Carl. You're up.
Okay. As nice as this massage feels, use my bonus action to Misty Step out of it.
Okay.
And I appear, I think it's 30 feet.
Yeah.
30 feet away in an,
Well, I think it's
like
up
on the
to...
other side of the clearing.
Okay.
And I was gonna meme it up some more, but I don't actually want to kill you. So I will just cast. Let's do Eldritch Blast,
All right.
which is, let's see. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Cool. So apparently this guy's Eldritch Blast, I can pick 2 targets. So the other one is going to be Gozira.
Oh, okay.
Range spell attack. Here we go. This one's for Gozira. That is a 14.
14 hits.
Okay. The other one's to the Etten, which is a 21.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. Great is awesome. And there's something else, my Eldritch Blast. So you're gonna take force damage, but you're also gonna get pushed away from me 10 feet in a straight line.
Okay.
Dude, I hope you hit for
here
30.
it
I
is.
hope you hit for 31.
Well, he's only rolling 1d10, right?
So that is so this is Gozira. 14 force damage.
What?
Yikes.
And 12 for the Etten. Those are good fucking rolls.
Those are
So,
really good rolls.
As Taz is taking a deep breath in, he gets hit with this blast and gets flown off his feet unconscious and flies 10
Misfire!
feet near
Misfire!
and just slides on the ground, just
My bad!
unconscious.
Yep. Imagine a ragdoll flipping through a forest.
Starfish.
Yeah, you've just kind of caused that.
Skyrim ragdoll.
the-
Starfish in the air.
The Etten is a similar story. The beam strikes him right between the shoulder blades as you're now behind him, and he does a classic basically all limbs behind him 10 feet forward and slams into the ground, knocking both of his faces into the earth and, removing a few teeth. He does not move after that.
Fuck yeah.
And that's it. You are all free to do what you want. The battle is over.
Damn it, Carl!
Varg's gonna head over to Taz and use his healer's kit on him to stabilize him.
Okay. Taz is now stabilized.
Let me roll a d4. Okay.
All right, as you all sit around, the forest fire is actually getting closer, and Taz, you're about 5 feet from the edge of these burning bushes and trees.
I'm stabilized, but I'm still unconscious.
Yes. I'm just letting you know you're lying next to
away
it.
from the fire.
Okay. So Varg drags you back away from the fire.
I'll whisper you how long it's gonna take for me to wake up.
Okay. Oh god.
I forget. Is
That's
the
what I
D4
rolled.
hours or days?
It's hours.
Hours.
Okay.
And even so, we're gonna make it hours on this one.
I'm just gonna keep dragging him back towards the path.
Okay. You guys all migrate to the path as the
How big is
forest begins to burn in the place that you just were. So anything that was on those two bodies is now incinerated.
How big is Taz?
Taz?
Yeah.
He's a dragonborn.
He's a dragonborn.
Oh,
He's
fucking huge. Okay.
fairly large.
He's like 6'7".
Yeah, but Varg is a half orc, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
so
I
he's
have
also
decent
pretty
strength.
strong. Yeah. So he does it without too much issue. He's able to get him to safety. There's just one thing I have to get going real quick.
Such a shame he got caught in the crossfire. If only he was more careful.
Varg just looks over at Carl and keeps dragging Taz.
I lick my lips.
Again, the sandpapery sound.
He literally, I think he got hit on every hit everyone
I
made.
only have an 8. Yeah, I only have a 12 AC.
Damn.
I'm a sorcerer.
Yeah, he's pretty squishy. Alrighty, so you guys are now in the middle of this burning forest.
Well, at least we don't have to worry
You're
about
welcome.
that worm anymore.
I can't even
completely
remember
forgot
where we
about
were
that.
going.
I forgot about the big worm.
The tremors, there's no more tremors, so I think we're good. I think we pleased the worm. Honestly, that's probably what it is. We pleased him, and he's happy now that we murdered these 3 individuals.
The fire blazes on.
We were headed towards an archmage's house in the forest, right, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send Chuff
Oh
up.
yeah, did Jeff find anything on his other?
No,
down the
Chuff
other-
Chuff didn't find anything down the other path.
No. Can I just send Chuff straight up above the tree line just to see if there's any buildings or clearings in the near distance?
Absolutely.
All right.
Chuff ascends directly up and looks around. And through the smoke, it's a little difficult to see anything in his current position. But if he moves, he could probably...
Yeah, go the fuck out there.
And he shifts off and gets out of the smoke, finds his way out after crashing into a couple of trees, and eventually bursts out of the edge of the smoke in the sky, and still sees nothing. No, he sees another clearing with a shattered tower just breaching the top of the trees off to the north.
Well, there's something up to the north. Some kind of erect tower. Guys want to go there?
What
I'm a
about
little,
Taz?
little nervous that you said erect.
Same?
So Both the druid and the cleric don't have any healing spells, just to confirm.
The druid might. Does the druid?
Let me check.
The druid does not.
I have holy water.
Sorry.
That'll do it. Put it on him.
Kaz bursts into flames. Yeah, no, you have natural recovery, but you have no heal other.
Okay.
Let me just hit him with my acid arrow. Maybe that could work.
Oh God.
Try it. Right. Well, I'm gonna go find this worm.
Yeah, we should probably
I want to
move.
get back and have some private time with that
don't-
barmaid.
Oh wow. Okay.
I have a rope.
I don't want to get lit on fire. So
Yeah, we should probably move. I just start
You need help
walking
with-
north.
do you need help with the dragonborn, Bard?
Instead of responding, Bard's gonna see if he can just carry Taz up over his shoulder.
All right. Make a strength check on that one. Just because you're lifting a lot of dead weight.
Yeah, I don't think I passed that one.
No,
It's not a 1.
it's not a one. Yeah. So you go and you try to hoist him up. You get him about halfway, and then you dump him over the back of you.
You take him.
Oh, I thought we could just take them together, but I mean, I guess I could try to lift him up over my shoulder. Just 4'5" small dwarf. That's fine. I'll try it. I'll try it. It's fine.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Yeah, it's not gonna go very
Jesus Christ, can I do it?
Bard's gonna hold him.
You decide to do it together.
Let's just leave him.
With your combined efforts, you are able to get him up, and you kind of carry him away a little bit, and eventually
This is way more
you
practical.
sling him
Anyway.
over, sling him over the shoulder of the half orc, and you're on your way. Gosh, you travel further north, leaving the wildfire to burn freely, and make your way make your way towards this clearing.
Hey, we never said we were heroes, okay? We don't need to save
No, that's true. That's true.
burning people, things.
The sounds of the crackling forest eventually fade, and order and peace are restored in the woods. You travel up the path for a while, and eventually reach this clearing. And in the center, you see a tower broken in half. And the rubble is just strewn all around this clearing, but there's still maybe 2 or 3 floors still intact, and a large door atop a small staircase that appears to be ajar. It's not broken or anything, but it is slightly open.
See, when you said erect, I thought it was, gonna be a little bit more impressive. Okay. Perhaps we should go to this tower. Okay, we're gonna continue to this tower.
Just
Carl's
dragging
picking his
unconscious. It's just dragging me.
Oh,
Wait, is the fire
he ate
completely behind us? Like
The
it's
fire's
fucking gone.
it's not gone. It's still burning, but you're far enough away. You're traveling faster than it is, as the forest is still very green.
Is there anything we can do about him being unconscious? Like, if we don't have any.
If
like,
you
do we
don't
any
have-
does anybody have any medicine?
You don't have any medical stuff. He's unconscious.
Yeah, like I used the healer's kit to stabilize him. The healers don't have healing, and we didn't pick up any healing potions in town when they asked, "Do you need any supplies?"
All right.
Yeah, that's right. They did say that. I
DM.
was just worried about my eggs and bacon.
Question, DM.
Yeah.
I have an alchemical background, and I have alchemist supplies. Can
Okay.
I try to whip up a homemade concoction?
If you can find the appropriate ingredient, the appropriate ingredients in the area, absolutely.
I'm proficient in nature. I can help gather.
Look at
stuff.
that.
Go find me some fucking flowers and shit.
I have a 6 in medicine. Does
Quick,
that help at
I
all
can
in
whip some
finding-
stuff up. I start whipping out like beakers and fucking
Finding
test
medical
tubes and
shit?
shit onto the ground.
Okay.
Do all this drug stuff.
Wait, what the fuck?
As you-
Carl had this the entire time?
Go get some stuff in the forest. We'll fix him up.
As you're doing this, your kind of shoulder starts tweaking a little bit, and you itch your neck. It's like you've been preparing for this moment for a long time, and you're ready to brew.
I pick another booger and eat it.
And I'm gonna drop Tez on the ground next to all the alchemy stuff.
Okay.
Not set down, drop.
Oh, okay. Thud. You knock a couple beakers over, but they don't break. Varg, roll nature.
Alright. 12 plus 4, 16.
You're able to find some of the herbs that would typically be found in a health potion, but you know that this isn't the only thing.
Alright.
Finrak, also roll nature.
I was just gonna like do medicine or something.
I guess you could identify some things in the wild then.
22.
22.
Yeah, 16 plus 6.
Okay, you're able to identify a specific type of berry that you know goes into certain healing potions.
We found said berry, or
Yeah, give me that shit.
Flowers here.
I like how everyone's just picking berries, but the
Give
person who knows
it
how to
here.
do all this stuff is just
Give it here.
eating his boogers.
Give it to me.
All right, one major component is still missing though. You have all the herbs you need, you have the berries, and you have the petals of the particular flower, but you have no water.
Hey,
oh god,
hey,
If you recall,
give me that holy water.
Elman has been drinking water the entire time.
Give me that holy water. You said you have some holy water?
Oh, yeah, here.
Give me a drop of that.
Elman passes the holy water.
Okay, I take a bit of
to
the holy
Carl.
water in a
Okay.
vial. I
Alright.
get the mortar and pestle out. Start grinding out the berries and the flowers and shit. I
Yep.
take one last booger and drop that in there. And then I start fucking mixing. And I'm gonna use because I'm guessing by using my alchemist supplies, that's just gonna be like a tool roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
The fuck is this? A cocktail?
It's a 9.
It's a 9. All right. It's
How's it looking?
It's looking a little off, a little greener.
This'll
than-
work!
than usual. It's there's chunks floating around in it, and it's definitely it's got a stench.
I wouldn't purchase that from a shop anywhere.
No, you would definitely not purchase it from a shop. There's definitely a lot of shit in there that shouldn't be still solid. But
I hate.
if you decide to give it to Taz, there's a
I
chance.
hand
it'll
it.
work.
If you
I-
decide.
I nudge Varg and I just kind of say, "Here, put this in his mouth, and I'll watch."
Var doesn't say anything, takes it and dumps it in Tez's mouth.
Yes. Yes.
This cannot go well.
I lick my lips.
There's not supposed to be boogers
Sandpaper.
there.
That's supposed to be boogers.
Yeah. you
You
hear,
didn't see that.
Wait, who's boogers?
It's my special ingredient.
you hear the liquid
Who
being poured
else would it be?
out of the beaker into Taz's mouth, and it's just kind of splashing down the sides. He begins to choke, and then you hear the sandpaper sound of Carl licking his lips again. And Taz begins. He leans forward and starts retching. Throws up most of the potion, but is healed for 1d8.
Ooh.
That's the correct response usually when boogers Carls go in people's mouths.
7.
All right.
Not bad, right?
Carl does know a thing or two.
What?
Now,
What happened?
Chef. Where are you, Chef?
Can we? Can we just take a minute? I need to rest.
I tell Chuff to shape change into a spider,
Okay,
and then I want him to go into the tower. Tell me what he sees.
very well. He changes into the spider. Is it a normal small spider, tarantula size, or a giant?
No, I think it's just a normal spider.
Okay. He
Can we take a short rest while he's
Sure.
doing this?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna make this short rest about a half hour then. So a half hour will pass while he's doing this, and as you tell him to do this, he kind of vanishes from sight and crawls away, unseen by anyone, into the tower. And begins exploring. You all begin resting. You guys can roll some hit dice. Recover some HP. After the half hour has passed, the spider sends something back to Carl. Having searched every floor of the tower, he says that on the top floor, there's a man sitting around a symbol of sorts. It's kind of difficult to tell because spiders have really shitty vision. But he knows that there's somebody in there sitting around a thing, and there's another large something inside.
Anything worm-like?
Nothing worm-like.
Okay. Well, no worm in there. Better get the fuck out of here. Go somewhere else, I guess.
Oh, there's some kind of mage ice. My memory's a little fuzzy
How do you know that?
because that's what was told to us. Some sort of ice mage in a abandoned.
Is that what that ball sack guy was telling us about?
I think that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, I wasn't really listening that much.
It would appear that nobody was listening.
No.
I think there was some other stuff going on.
I was drinking water.
Another tremor shakes the earth beneath you. This one much closer.
God damn it! I thought we pleased that thing.
This one becomes very strong, and a portion of the tower kind of collapses off the side. But nothing happens, and eventually the tremor subsides.
Actually, now that you mention it, whoever's in there's probably causing these worms to come up.
You really believe that someone right here could be causing all these worms from all over to just come up and fucking say hi?
I put my finger up to his mouth. Yes.
I don't like this when you do this.
Varg, the uneasy feeling that you felt.
The bugger infected me.
Yeah, the same finger I used to pick my booger.
I swear,
you
put that finger
you wipe a
in
little,
my mouth
you wipe a little boogie
I'm
on his upper
going-
lip
to throw you.
and just sticks in
Well,
his,
go ahead, put your hands on me.
it just sticks in his
Do
mustache.
it.
This is so unprofessional.
I'll hate it.
I smack his arm away.
Ooh. Somebody likes to play rough.
Oh, good. Uneasy feeling returns.
Yeah, the uneasy feeling returns, but right now, standing outside of this tower, it's intense, almost crippling. It's almost as though you're being drawn closer to this tower. Something's not. Feels very, very
It's
wrong.
almost like worms are crawling around inside your stomach.
It is a little bit like there's a worm in your. No, it. But you're feeling a very uneasy feeling about this tower, but it is drawing you closer to it. It's a force kind of
Guys,
pushing
I'm
it.
feeling kind of uneasy about this tower.
Can we just blow it up?
Varg
Could be another
Okay.
bowel movement. Could be another bowel movement.
marching
Carl.
towards the tower to go inside.
Okay.
Hearing
You might want to stand back.
hearing blowing up. I just want to reread this spell because I might
Hearing blowing.
Okay.
Finrak, you smell snot in your mustache.
How far away are we from the
Damn it!
tower?
There's not a whole lot of clearing. There's maybe 10 feet of clearing around the entire tower, and you guys are about halfway there. So you're probably about 5 or 6 feet from the stairway.
Elman, let me borrow some of your holy water. I need to clean my mustache.
I ran out.
Taz, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
How big? How round is the tower?
Almost a perfect circle.
Is it like the diameter?
The diameter of the tower itself is approximately 30 feet at its base, narrowing ever so slightly towards the top.
Well, I could possibly destroy these stairs, and then he's stuck in there forever.
Let's just blow the whole thing up.
Can we blow the whole thing up? I was thinking about using thunderclap.
No, clap away.
That worked really well the last
I
time.
don't
Let's try it
remember when
again.
I got the clap.
What is it? What's it made out of?
Stone. It's a stonework tower.
Perfect. I'm gonna cast Shatter on it,
Alrighty.
Nice.
Nice.
which it's got to make a Constitution saving throw, but it has disadvantage on it.
Okay, I don't think I have stats for a tower. Go
Better
ahead.
draw some up
Isn't
quick.
there I feel like there is like a stone wall stat block or something.
Probably.
somewhere.
Let me do a quick
Here we
Google
go.
search.
Wall of stone. No, that's a spell. Objects. Stone. 17 AC. Doesn't say anything about saving throws. I'm
Nope.
guessing they just failed them. But that's just the optimist in me saying that.
I can do
Well-
it 60 feet. Is there windows?
The windows are long gone. If there was any glass in them, that's no longer there.
Well,
But there are like openings up the tower, a number of them.
yeah. I'll go to the. I'll look at the how tall is it?
Each floor is probably about 12 feet, so we'll say it's at its top, maybe like 35 feet tall.
Awesome. I'll do it at the. I'll focus it at the top. It's a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess since it doesn't have to make a Constitution saving throw, it's gonna take 18 points of thunder damage.
18 points of thunder damage.
I love how we're doing this, and we're not even sure if these guys are good or bad or not, and we're just doing it.
Some hobo lives there.
Yeah.
My meta magic is fine too. I rolled a 5.
I'm sorry, how many points of damage did you say?
18.
18.
Points of thunder.
Okay. Okay. The spell centered up at the top of this tower makes a huge thunderous clap, and you see the tower kind of shake, and the walls begin to crack, and the dust starts settling off the sides of it, and a small gem is caught glinting in the sun up in the air, and as you're staring at it, it comes down and strikes you between the eyes. No damage. Hurt like a son of a bitch, but no damage. And now rests at your feet.
I pick up the gem.
Okay.
So the tower did take damage from the
tower,
spell.
The tower did take some damage.
Okay, I cast Witch Bolt for my second level 3.
Okay.
Can't you
Fuck this
hold it?
tower. Let's take it down.
Oh,
This guy's like summoning worms, and we're just like, "Bah!"
This fucking tower had to come into it, okay? I swear. These worms. All right, let's take down the tower. Let's do it.
This one actually is a ranged spell attack though.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Still decent. Plus that's 19.
19. That is going to hit the giant stone tower.
Okay. Oh, nice. Oh. 13 plus 24.
24. Wow. You begin gathering this arcane energy. Purple lightning bolts start forming around your hands, and you basically do like a Kamehameha blast up at the wall of this tower. And as soon as it strikes, thunder claps, and these stones just blast off into the back. You have blown a fucking 15-foot whole hole in this wall, basically annihilating half of it, and a portion of the floor has now fallen down into the second level.
This guy's
Well, that was fun.
as,
in my house.
as this happens, you're looking up at it, very satisfied with your work, and a hand comes and grabs a piece of the busted stone on the floor and drags over this bloodied face. It's a human male. And his eye is swollen shut on the right side, and there's blood leaking out of his nose and his ears, his mouth. He's what? Who are you?
Again, attack it.
Somebody else's turn.
He still breathes.
Yeah, fuck this. I use fucking thunderclap.
Nice. Do it.
Okay.
it.
Do it, dude. Whatever.
Please.
All right,
Do it.
it's,
He's prone, right?
you're gonna use thunderclap. Where are you stand? You're still standing in the outside the tower.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and use thunderclap.
15.
It's a save. The tower does not save. You aim your thunderclap up at this poor guy, and you clap your hands together. You said it does 15 points of damage?
Huh?
You said it does 15 points of damage?
Yeah.
Collides.
Please, I have a family.
Collides. It's a 15-foot cone, so it collides with the second floor wall, and crushes it in a little bit, but everything is still standing pretty firm. Beyond that, this guy is now looking down at the attacks on the tower, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Who's up next?
No,
I think last
stop!
time I
You're
said
ruining the
something, I was still
ritual.
walking.
What ritual?
Yes, what ritual? What are you talking about?
He catches his
Now
breath.
or die.
He catches his breath, stands up, and brushes off the dust. I'm performing a ritual here to control. And he looks
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
what we
uneasy.
thought.
Looks kind of uneasy and looks down at you. To control the stone shepherd.
Who?
I'm rolling insight.
All right.
See if he's lying.
Okay.
17.
17. He is absolutely telling the truth. He's just terrified of you guys. You've
Can I roll history to remember the Stone Shepherd?
Yeah,
He's the one who
it's-
controls the worms.
It's an old legend, so you can absolutely roll history, and if you roll well enough, you
I
will
want to know
remember.
more about him though.
Go ahead.
I don't. God damn it. It's 9.
It's a 9. You do recall some of the legend. It's you don't remember all the rhymes and things that go on in it, as old legends typically do deliver in poetry. But the gist of the story that you remember is that the tremor worms are herded by this stone shepherd, and the stone shepherd is a servant of the archmage who used to live in this tower. The archmage is long dead.
You're
But-
no archmage, sir. Why are you trying to herd these worms?
Do you know nothing of tremor worms?
They've caused a lot of damage around here.
They ruined
kept-
our breakfast.
Yes,
They
I
kept
did
him
not
from
get all
eating
my
all-
eggs and bacon.
Yeah. He
He-
thought he had eggs and bacon whenever we cast that's neither here nor there. Sorry.
God damn it!
He waves away. He's like, never mind that. They're not supposed to be violent. Not unless I tell them to.
So you've been telling them to be violent.
Not at all. And he looks down and he kind of tries to find a way to maybe come down and talk to you a little more. It doesn't find a way. The staircase has been demolished.
Would you like us to demolish the rest of your tower?
No,
Then you
no,
would have
no.
Yes.
a way
Would
down.
you like to
No,
demolish
absolutely
the
not.
tower, sir?
Let me tell you about the tremor worms. Don't
Be
blow
polite.
anything.
Wait! Use your worms. Use your worms to take down
No,
the
no, no,
tower.
no,
That'll
no,
Yeah,
work.
the worms.
He looks down and he goes, the tremor worms, they're valuable. They're very valuable. They can't
What about this stone?
This
I hold up
stone?
the stone that hit me. Is
He
this
looks down.
valuable?
His jaw just kind of drops and his eyes go wide and he goes, I need that back.
Oh.
It must be valuable.
I need
I'm
that
gonna
back
keep
right
it.
now.
There must
put it
be
in my pocket.
some type of thing we can agree upon. Like maybe you stopping doing this and us taking the stone.
I'm not doing anything.
I've got one too. I cast minor illusion to have another one of the shiny stones in my hand. I've got one too.
Yes, and I have multiple bacon and eggs.
He
Spell on me. Do my illusion for me.
No, shut up.
he squints his eyes and inspects this other gem and believes it to be real. And now he's confused as to which one of you actually has it and turns back, thinking that perhaps neither of you do, and begins frantically searching in the rubble behind him.
That's
Got him
gonna
on the
be
ropes
useless. Yeah, he's on the ropes. Ropes.
I sit in the back while eating some jerky, bro.
Ah!
Oh my god.
He's throwing stones off the side. You kind of have to step out of the way to miss him. And he comes back to the edge and goes, "It's not here. One of you has it. Which one is it?"
I cast Shatter on the tower.
Jesus Christ. What level spell is Shatter?
It's level 2.
Level 2.
All right.
Yeah, that's all right. We may not rest again. Just use them all now. I'm out of level 3s.
That's Cog. For 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Are you casting it up at this guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. He's blasted back into. Yeah, he's blasted back. He probably can't hear you anymore.
Ringing.
Yeah, just immense ringing in his ears. The floor.
I just imagine all of his jewelry and stuff flying.
The floor that he was standing on is now collapsing into the second floor, and the second floor wall has actually caved in a little bit too. You are absolutely demolishing this tower from the top down. And
We have him on the ropes.
Yes, the ropes.
you
We
can
have them there.
you can see
This one wasn't even real.
you can see through the crushed floor a large hulking pile of stone that looks like it's wearing a cloak. And on the front of it is standing this, or not standing, but sitting rather, this very disoriented, obviously in pain, bloodied little man. And he struggles to get to his feet again.
What the fuck is this? What a childlike man. Come on, get up, you sad piece of little person.
Yeah.
He struggles to stand up and he begins shouting, "What are you doing?"
Let's see what I've got left.
Here you go. If you can't withstand my shatter spell, withstand the worm.
He can't hear you, so he's just. The tremor worms can't digest valuables. I need them to spit up their ore so I can purchase an army. And he's basically just going on his monologue right now while you guys are doing whatever you're doing.
I don't like this guy at all.
This guy sounds really dumb.
I am from Montricar. I want to destroy the pirates. And he's stumbling around, kind of eyes half closed.
I don't like pirates at all. I don't like pirates. Hold on, let's hear what this guy has
This
to say.
guy's crazy as fuck. Pirates, Montricar. He's just saying stuff. You should. Yeah, Rampy. You should just finish this guy. To be honest.
Use Thunderwave,
Rampy?
right?
Varg is just backing away from everyone back to the woods.
I'm gonna go use my hammer and just smash out every brick.
Yeah, you should probably just go smash him.
I actually have a hammer too. You want to go for it?
Yeah, do a
Yo,
double. Do a
hammer
double
up.
hit. Go.
I'm just start hitting it with my hammer.
Taz and Carl, the true villains of the
I'm so sorry, Falcon. I'm so sorry.
Are you and Finrak both working at the base of this tower?
No, I'm not actually doing
Okay,
that.
just because he is.
I was making a joke, but I think Elma is actually taking it seriously.
I have a hammer. For some reason, I actually have one.
Wait, no, what kind of hammer is it?
It just says hammer.
I'm gonna assume it's like a blacksmith hammer then. So you walk up with a one-handed hammer and you start tapping on the stones, and very slowly they start chipping away. If you
You're
continue
doing
at
great.
this, if you continue at this, you'll be here for a while. But it's working.
Nice.
I believe in you. I think the thunderclap would probably do better, but
He's
do what you want.
the man is now down on his hands and knees, kind of looking around for the stuff. He's, my name is Niels of the Salt. I am from Montreal.
Yeah, change it.
I want to kill the pirates. And he's just, where is the stone?
Why do you want to kill the pirates?
We're not even by water.
Why are we yelling?
He can't
Sorry.
hear you.
I'm yelling because he can't hear me.
He can't hear you.
Just love how he's stumbling around giving exposition.
He's
his
literally
ears.
just doing his whole thing.
Wait, I can't do another move.
Just keep chipping away. You're doing great.
Can I get you guys to turn Atlas up for a second?
Sure.
Okay.
This is just sad music. As he slowly just dies. He just bleeds to death.
I should have just hit him with my acid arrow.
I mean, there's still time.
Can I?
You can do what you want. Why do I hear the sound?
Wait,
of
I
fire?
can?
Taz turns around.
Taz is very much aware of a burning forest
Oh,
directly
yeah, I forgot
behind
about
you guys.
Taz is gonna turn back around and walk towards Carl and just tap on the shoulder and go, "You stay here. I'll go over and help them. Whatever you do, don't move."
Okay.
Do I trust him?
Do you?
Yes.
Then you're gonna stay feet planted in that very spot. And
I've casted some magic around here. It might feel a little warm. but
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay. Sounds good.
yeah, you know, fellow magic user, you understand how it gets.
I'm just gonna slowly just whistle as a dragon can whistle
Okay.
all the way up to the tower.
Okay. Where is Varg?
Backed away into the woods.
Mark left a while ago.
Mark, there's a fire.
Varg roll dexterity.
He snuck off. He even said, he goes, "I just sneak up in the woods."
No, I heard that part. I wasn't sure if he
Yeah.
came back or not.
He's like, he didn't want anything to do with it.
You know what? I accept the flames. Just have it tinkering.
Dex is
Carl
20.
just on
That's a 20.
fire.
All right. You're standing in a burning forest, but you're not. You're avoiding the flames. You're back on the path or some such. Whatever you're doing, it's working. Niels is still at the top of this tower, screaming about pirates and armies and gold and worms, and he needs the gem.
Okay, so obviously we can't give him the gem, right? I mean, this guy just sounds way too crazy, right? We can't give him a gem.
Did he say bacon up there?
I did not. I would have heard bacon. Trust, I did not hear bacon.
Roll, roll for me real quick. Roll perception.
Who?
You.
Okay. Let's see. Perception. 13.
13. In his mad ramblings, you hear him screaming something about, "The time has begun!" But you hear it, instead
Wow.
of begun, you hear it as bacon.
This is just. I don't. Okay.
So
Really? This is what. Okay. Okay, I do love bacon a lot. Let's hear what this guy has to say. Honestly, maybe we should give him the gem. Does he have bacon? He might have bacon.
No, he might be hoarding bacon up there.
I think we should take down the tower.
from around the corner outside, you hear, I smell bacon.
Yep. Take down that tower. We have fire right here. We'll cook it very fast. Very fast.
I turn around and look at Carl. Is he on fire yet?
Carl, make a dex save.
Okay. Natural 1.
Natural 1. Carl is on fire. Carl's standing.
I feel it eventually, all right?
You do,
Can I
but-
just say?
Here, listen
Can
for
I
a
just
second.
say? I feel like I imagine the part in Christmas Vacation where the fucking guy's on fire by the fucking tree.
Yeah.
You guys, okay, never mind.
No, it's kind of. Yeah. So Carl's standing next to the edge of this flame, believing completely what Taz said, lets out a nice raunchy fart, and this fart catches fire and travels up to his butt, lighting his pants on fire. And after a few moments of burning, he kind of decides to look down at his burning ass and sees the forest on fire and goes, "Oh shit!"
I throw my pants off immediately.
Alrighty.
I cast minor illusion to make it look like he had pants still back on.
Okay, if your concentration breaks, that's going away.
Doesn't minor illusion have to stay in one place, though?
Does it?
I'll have to check. I could have swore it had to stay.
Which
You
would
can
make it
sound,
even
sound or
better.
image of an object within range that lasts for the duration.
Yep.
Dismiss it. Actually.
Share muddy footprints or small chests that must be no larger than 5 foot cube. The image can't create light, sound, or smell, or any other sensory effect, and physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion. So as soon as he steps away from the pants will fade.
Yeah, the pants stay there.
So right now they're basically like hovering around you, and he's just gonna walk through them at some point.
I'm just running towards you guys, towards the tower with no pants on.
There are now pants sitting in the fire, not burning.
Wait, are you wearing? You're wearing your diaper, right?
No, I didn't put a new diaper on him.
Yeah, he didn't have a second diaper.
I'm not wearing it. I'm not wearing
no.
anything.
Now whenever he craps, it's just going. It's just flopping on the floor.
Honestly, that's probably the best. We shouldn't even put a diaper on it. That's probably the best thing.
Maybe we should send Carl up there to talk to this guy.
So as I'm approaching you guys, I was totally freaking out because I was on fire. But by the time I make it to you guys, I like catch my breath and I'm like, so that's going on.
You're still on fire, Carl.
Am I?
Is that smoke? Oh, gods! And Niels finally sees the fire, and he goes, "You gotta get me down!"
There's no way, dude.
Well, then give me the gem.
Should we?
Oh, so you can hear now. How convenient.
What?
Thunderclap.
You're gonna thunderclap again?
Yeah, we could just bring him down from there.
Son of- Jesus.
We would have to give him the gem, and he would be saved. So
But what if the gem does more than saving him?
fuck.
Someone get him down right now. Someone get him down.
I have a rope. Can I throw my rope or something?
I'll toss the gym up there.
I need his
50
pants.
foot.
No, tell him I need his
Throw
pants.
the gem. Whoa, we don't
Trade-
want him to murder all the pirates.
Trade the gem for the pants. I need his pants.
You don't need pants, Carl.
The gem for your pants.
You don't need
All right.
pants, Carl.
I don't need the pants anymore. It's okay.
Nice guy.
This is your life now, Carl.
This is my life.
The gem for your pants.
Deal.
Okay.
Deal.
what the-
And he starts stripping.
Deal.
I throw him the gem. As long as he throws down his pants.
He drops his pants first. Like,
Okay, what kind of humanoid is he?
He's a human male. So you've never
so the
seen
pants
someone
fit.
strip pants. Yeah, you've never seen someone strip pants faster, and he just kicks them off the edge and watches them fall and gets ready to catch the gem.
All right, I put them on.
Okay.
I poop first though before I put the pants.
Good. Good.
Thank goodness for that.
The smell of burning shit is now lingering in the air. He catches the gem up on the tower and now holds it above his head in the sunlight without any pants on and begins cackling.
I want to shoot this guy.
He turns around and returns to what he was doing. He sets the gem down. You can see him doing this because most of the floor has been blown away. He sets the gem down directly in front of this big shamble of rock and cloak, and then crosses
Now let's
his
see where
legs.
this goes.
And then crosses his legs and forms some hand symbols out at his side. and you can hear him mumbling something up there. You can't make it out, but is basically what you hear over the crackling of the forest on fire.
I feel like there's got to be a greater purpose than killing a bunch of pirates with some worms. It's like, it's really kind of, I don't know, this guy doesn't really have his head in the right spot, you know?
I kind of like these pants.
Oh, they're roomy. They're cargo.
What do the pants look like?
They're actually relatively nice pants. You're not really sure how the guy got them. There's a couple rips in them because of the thunderclap and the fucking shatter spells that have been.
Oh,
Oops.
So
nice.
yeah, the
Is one of the
bottoms-
rips conveniently like on the rear between the cheeks?
Not between the cheeks, but there is one just down below the crotch where a seam was, right at the
perfect.
right at the inner thigh.
That'll work.
But they're made of pretty nice material.
I like to imagine that you're just like expecting. You just like say out loud just to yourself. That'll work.
I'm a little bit scared of Carl.
Wait, where's Varg?
Wait, Varg, we already went over this.
Varg is in
Wade into the forest.
He's in the burning forest making saving throws. He's doing.
Pretty sure.
He's
pretty
doing
sure
okay
the
for now.
Orcs love fire, so I think that's.
Maybe he had to take a dump.
We're gonna be quite candid. That is exactly it.
Back.
You're back.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so Varg's back with us, or he came back out of the forest, or?
No.
No. All right. Go ahead and make a dex save.
I like to. His cackling laugh, is it maniacal?
Roll. I'm gonna have you do insight on that one. What was your save?
11.
11. Okay. You're going to take 3 points of burning damage. Roll Constitution.
13.
13. You do not take anything for smoke inhalation.
12 for insight.
12 for insight. It outwardly seemed maniacal and overall evil, but you can kind of sense that it's just a broken man's crazy maniacal laugh. You can't really
Right.
make out the intent.
I'm not sure whether this guy's bad or just plain old Carl. But maybe we should take down this tower.
I'm not playing.
Should I use Thunderwave?
I mean, and Taz takes a step back.
You've destroyed
Sure.
You've destroyed the floor. You've destroyed the floor of the third floor, most of the walls of the third floor, a portion of the wall of the second floor, and the rear wall of the second floor is also damaged.
Oh, I should roll to see if I get my breath one.
Is there a way I could bring this tower down? Just by hitting like the third floor or something?
You wouldn't bring the tower down. You could probably bring the third floor down, but you'd have to crush the second floor because Thunderclap only goes 15 feet. Or Thunder Wave.
Rip.
Carl, do you have anything?
What?
Do you have anything? Can we
Yeah,
even
got
get
some nice
inside where
pants.
this guy's at?
Not anymore. You can go into the first floor and make your way up to the second floor, but the staircase is, it would have been facing you. You've completely obliterated it. It's where he was it's where he was like shouting down to you from.
Wait.
I have a rope.
We need to get him back to the edge.
Wait.
Yes, Carl?
Okay, so we're at the base of the tower,
You're at the base of the tower, probably.
and how high up is he?
He's about 30 feet in the air, 35 feet in the
Okay.
air.
Okay, I cast Misty Step up to the
Okay.
top. 30 feet.
I got the
30
right-
feet. So your Misty Step is going to put you at a point where you can grab, because it's at an angle basically. You've crushed all the floor next to you. It's going to
Sure.
add an additional
Tell me what I gotta do.
10 feet to that. You're going to have to make an acrobatics check once you come out of Misty Step to grab the edge.
That's what I meant to do.
Negative.
So before I go, I say, "Heh, watch this, guys." 5.
5. You're going to take a couple Couple of quick pep steps, you know, right on the ground, just kind of run in place for a second, reassuring
Yeah.
nods all around. Take a look at this, guys, and then as you jump up, you're going to do the Misty Step, which is going to get you what you think might be the additional distance that you need, that little jump. But because you're an old dude, you don't really go that high. And so you oldish dude, you come out almost at the edge, and you're like doing some weird like twisty thing, trying to showboat a little bit, and you touch the bottom of the stone and oh crap, fall down 10 feet onto the second floor.
Hey, Carl, you good?
A table catches you halfway down and breaks the fall, but you crush the table.
I'm okay.
Damn, I've never seen a man break his hip before. Anyways, I think I'm gonna do a whole person to stop him from this guy doing what he's doing, basically, just to stop him, and then we can just figure out how to get up there, what to do later, you know?
One second.
Can we see him? Oh, could we have
think
seen
so,
him?
yeah.
You can see him, and hold person has a range of 60 feet, so, sure. Are you using...
Oh, we can see him?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna cast magic missile on him then.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I thought he like
Hold on.
I thought he
We're just
scurried
going
off to like the
straight for,
top
like,
of the tower
murder.
somewhere.
Okay.
You have a thing called magic missiles?
Yep, and it's a guaranteed
What?
hit
You've
on
never
all
heard
three.
of magic missile?
Yeah,
before?
and they never miss.
What?
Not
I can
even
cast
past
this-
cover, as long as
This
you can
is
see him.
third time ever playing.
Hell yeah.
Oh, so he's thinking missiles as in like Fox 2, you know, coming off a jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. A missile is anything that is fired from something, so an arrow is technically a missile or a projectile. A rock from a slingshot is technically a missile or a
So-
projectile.
First one is 5.
Okay.
Although I still imagine a missile, like just like a little spirit missile or something.
Sure.
7, 8, 9, 10, 12. The 12 points, force damage.
12 points of force damage.
Mm-hmm.
He's up there. He begins sort of levitating as the ritual goes on. You can see the gem is glowing. You can't see the gem itself, but you can see the light being given off and reflecting off of his pale butt.
Let me see if my... Ooh,
His...
It's getting lower. It's getting lower. I got 3. If I get a 1, it's gonna be interesting. I'm sorry, go ahead.
He begins to rise up a little bit, and you can hear the mumbling getting louder. And suddenly, right in the back of his head, the first magic missile strikes. He just kind of floats there for a second, and then the second and the third. And he falls off the back of the tower over the crushed wall and lands on the other side with a thud.
Yes, we got him down from the tower.
Wait, he's on the floor now?
He's on the floor on the other side of the tower. He's down on ground level, so you guys could conceivably go around and get him.
Alright, so I run towards him and I tie him up with my 50 feet rope.
You're tying up a corpse.
Oh wait, he's dead?
That's usually what you check
I'd like to think
first.
he asked that after he's tied up.
Oh, wait.
I thought he was alive. Well, okay, well, job's done.
What can I see from where I'm at?
From where you're at, you got really close, and you're actually, your eye level could see that the shamble of stone and cloak is actually a golem, but it's deactivated in a way. There's no glowing arcane anything coming from it. It's just kind of sitting there in a pile right now. But you do notice something odd about this one. This one has something very special to it. There's a slot right in its chest, roughly gem-sized and shaped, and it appears to be empty. It's got some gold around it, a little bit decoration, and a few channels carved into its chest that run away to various parts of its body. At that point, you fall, and and now we're here.
Terrific.
Varg, roll dex.
All right. I think I'm gonna start heading back towards the not burning area. That's 18 though.
18. All right, you make it into the clearing, free and clear, no more damage. A little bit singed. You're a couple of shades darker than you were now that you're covered in a bit of ash and smoke, and you have a slight cough. But other than that, you're fine.
Holy shit. Oh my gosh. It's Varg. Hey, Varg. Where'd you go, bud?
Fire's hot.
Yes. Truer words have not been said today. Alright, well, this journey's done. I can have my bacon and eggs now. Where are they?
Wait, we're done?
The tower has the bacon and eggs, right? I can go up there.
No,
Yes.
there was no
That's what they
bacon
told
and
me.
eggs.
Yeah, I totally saw bacon and eggs up there.
Carl and Taz both said bacon and eggs.
Yeah,
I
there's
saw
definitely
it.
bacon.
I saw it while I was up there.
Carl's an old man. He doesn't even know what he sees.
What happened to Carl?
Even the one guy, the guy that we just murdered, said that there was bacon up there. He said bacon.
Go up
Heard
there.
wrong.
Nah, you're
You know what? Just go up there. Go
You
up there.
want the eggs,
Go.
don't you? You want the bacon.
Just go up there.
I will find my way.
You want my
And
rope?
I ventured towards the tower. How are you talking to me? You're not even near me.
Wait, where am I?
You're on the other side of the
You
tower,
went on the other side of the tower.
tying up a dead body.
Oh. I'm just laying down next to the dead body.
Oh, okay.
I like this guy.
So you're gonna make your way towards the tower?
Yeah, I'm just walking up to it. I'm interested in the bacon, but I also want to make sure that everyone is all right
Okay.
on the other side.
You push the door open. It creaks, but nothing's stopping you. A little bit of rubble is pushed out of the way, but you're strong enough for that. You make your way to the back and head up the staircase that circles around the room, up onto the second floor, where you see Carl in a busted-up table, just kind of holding his ouchies and recovering slowly. The second floor is more decorated than the first. The first basically had a rug and a fireplace and not much else in the way of furniture or items. The second floor has several bookshelves that actually span anywhere where there weren't stairs. Two of them are knocked over from the wall being hit. And one of them is actually scorched and destroyed right where there's a dip from the third floor down to the second that's actually been knocked out. In one section of the room, directly opposite where the stairs were, so almost right where you're walking up, you see a small, kind of like a book, like a, what's the word I'm looking for here? A small table, like a standing table that you would see typically a book laid out on, a podium. And on this podium is a stone with a few runes in it. And the runes are dull. They're not glowing, nothing's different about them. It just appears to be a carved up stone. The crushed table that Carl is now lying on, as well as a number of chairs, and a very nice rug on the second floor, albeit a bit dusty. There are no stairs leading up to the third floor, so you will have to find an alternate route.
Terrific. Are you all right, Carl?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in the same.
Yeah, but nobody
room,
else.
But yeah, no, I know.
Help me up.
Yeah, okay. I just I pick up Carl. Just
Okay.
How do you pick
try
me
not
up?
to touch his his tender bits.
Is bodyguard style?
No, I just grab his arm and rip him up. You know, if he gets hurt, you know, that's his own fault.
Alright. Carl's a little guy, no trouble pulling him up, although you are a dwarf, so it's a little awkward at first because you gotta kind of get him
Right.
up to his knees and then he stands up on his own, basically putting his hand on your head and hoisting the upper body all the way up into a standing position.
Where his crotch is in your face?
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I know Carl wouldn't like to have it any other way.
Smell like bacon.
Alright,
Listen,
you're now both
We
standing
gotta
in the
get
middle
the
of this room.
bacon. The bacon, it's up there.
When I saw
Yes,
like
Carl.
all the like the collapse and the golem and all that stuff, that was on the floor above us.
Yes, that was on the floor directly above you, basically right where that guy was sitting. There's not much left of that floor. There's probably about 5 feet of stone left. Basically, well, no, it was about 10 feet. The top floor of this tower was maybe 25, 20 feet, and those multiple blasts from Shatter have basically cut out a circle in the floor where they've just thrown stone and crap away from it.
Do I remember seeing the gem up there too?
Yes, it is up there. It's
Okay.
directly in front of the shamble.
All right, I want to try to make my way up there.
Okay.
Can I hoist him up there?
Oh, yes, you can.
Your combined height is
right here.
You're 4'5". I'll give you an extra foot for fully extended arms above your head.
I could just throw him up.
You could probably throw him. Carl, how tall are you?
I'm probably like mid 5'6", 5'5".
Okay, so combined, you guys are probably just tall enough to reach the stones. If you gave him a little hoist and a toss, you could probably get him up there.
Okay, we'll do that. If Carl, Carl, would you like me to throw you up there?
Yes.
Okay.
I won't touch you sensually. It'll be strictly
No,
platonic.
of course not. No.
Finrak, make a strength check, and human warlock Carl, make a either athletics or acrobatics, whatever works best for you.
Oh.
I rolled a 16.
16.
Nice.
Easily hoist him up there.
And I got a 19.
And a 19. You guys flawlessly execute this maneuver with the wedged fingers and stuff. He steps down into it. You kind of get a little hoist, get your leg power into it, and you toss Carl a little bit. He kind of goes up and then floats for a second before placing his arms on the floor and is able to shimmy the rest of the way up without issue. And from the ground floor, it looked rather impressive.
You're good with your hands.
I'm a dwarf.
Taz
I'll
is just
throw-
on the bottom, like looking around, like into the forest and just watching it burn.
Okay.
And his small, and this small smile just creeps on his face.
Fall asleep next to the dead corpse.
In doing this, Finrak, you look out and you see this burning fire. You know there's nothing you can do about it, but it kind of breaks your heart.
Yes, this is something I should have probably fixed, but my head was so advanced on those bacon.
Oh yeah, there's bacon up here.
Oh my goodness! There's bacon! Oh my goodness! Oh, we have a great fire out here. Let's get this bacon going.
I am going to cast Minor Illusion to make it smell like bacon.
Okay.
I love the subplot of bacon.
Near him.
Yeah, okay.
It's wonderful.
You can smell bacon, and it smells
Oh.
fantastic. It's beautifully salted. There's almost a scent of honey to it, maybe a bit of maple as well.
Oh my goodness!
This is-
Someone really did their job right on
Yeah.
this bacon.
This is
I'll
some
throw it
good
down to you
bacon.
in a second.
Oh my goodness! Thank you.
I'm gonna
Carl. I've
approach
never-
the gem.
Okay. As you approach the gem, you do notice that there are in fact marks on the floor, much like what Chuff told you. But with his crappy spider eyes, he wasn't able to make a whole lot out. What you now see in front of you is a circle, a double circle actually, so one larger and one smaller inside, with the gem settled right at the center. And in the north, south, east, and west, you see ancient ruins, or what look like ancient ruins, painted on, all with this really oily looking black substance. You're not really sure what it is.
I'm gonna dip my finger and taste it.
Okay, you smear your finger across the two circles, ruining the magic, and you taste it. And it's almost like tar, and now your two fingers are stuck together when you rubbed them.
Piss.
Are his lips still chapped?
His lips are no longer chapped; they are very hydrated.
But I can sense some kind of magical aura, right?
Yes, absolutely. The magic
All
here
right.
is very strong. Much of it is emanating from the actual cloaked stone, and
Right.
the stone itself. Where the Niels was sitting or hovering, you can also sense a bit of magic, and there's almost an eerie kind of magic emanating from this now broken circle with all the runes around
Okay.
it.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to the gem, and I'm gonna pick up the gem.
Okay, you pick up the gem, no issue.
Okay, and I'm gonna go over to where that golem thing was.
Okay. Nothing happens yet.
I was gonna give everybody else an opportunity to do something.
Well, no one knows you're doing anything, right? Wait, no one else can see
Right.
you doing
Yeah,
something.
nobody else
Right,
can
but I
say
didn't
anything.
want to. I wanted like the time is passing, so I
Sure,
wanted
yeah.
to allow people.
I mean, as far as I know, Varg is breaking from the fire. He's now in relative safety. Elmin is snoozing next to a tied-up corpse.
All right, I don't feel bad anymore. Okay, I put the gem in the
sounds good.
golem.
As the gem gets closer to the stone golem in your hand, it starts to glow a little bit and almost vibrate. And
I like that.
yep, and it snaps right into position, clips in, and these little golden clasps snap down and hold the gem into position in this golem's chest. You see a red energy come out around it, and then the red energy fades, and it shifts to more of a purple, and then it fades, and then it shifts to a very pure blue. And that blue begins to spread through all the channels that are carved in the chest of this golem, and it begins to awaken, and it stands very slowly before you, reaches out and grabs what you thought was a piece of rubble, but is actually a like a stone staff with a similar looking gem embedded in the top. And it's now just standing in front of you, looking out at you. All you can see in its face is a little bit of blue energy from under the shadow of a hooded cloak.
What kind of oven are they using to make the bacon up there?
The ground beneath all of you begins tremoring violently. You can feel, inches of movement beneath your feet. The ground begins to buckle a little bit, and the tower actually begins to crumble beneath your feet. The dust begins to fall, stones come down. Finrak, you dodge out of the way of some of these stones, and the top floor begins to give in right beneath your feet, Carl. Make a dexterity save.
Okay, I was gonna say I wanted to jump and attach myself to the golem.
You can do that.
Okay, I want
yeah.
to jump
It's a good
onto the golem and hug him like a tree,
Okay,
as if like save me, golem.
sure. Go ahead and make dex for that.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. You jump at the golem and you hug onto it, but you kind of just slowly slide down and off of it and begin falling down through the floor. The golem is now not really concerned with his current position, but he's coming down with you.
Oh, that's good.
Make another dex. Finrak, do the same.
Better. 17.
17. You fall down onto the second floor and roll out of the way pretty quickly, knowing exactly what's about to happen. Finrak, what was your roll? 18. You also, I mean, you don't really roll out of the way necessarily, but you do kind of jump back a few times as some of the stones from above you begin to fall. This golem now falls straight down, crushes through the first floor and through the second floor and into the first. Elmin, you roll dex at a disadvantage.
Lol.
Pancake time.
Oh my gosh, they're bringing pancakes with our bacon in it?
Alright, so 8 and
Oh.
8.
8. Okay. You hear what's going on up above you. You feel the tremors, and you begin to stand up a little bit. All of a sudden, behind you, you hear, and these two stones from the back wall fall out and land on top of your head, and you take.
It's the worst place to take it.
Yeah. And you take.
47,000 points.
1,000.
Wait, what?
You're gonna take 8 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, so. Alright.
On top of that, the corpse of Niels is trapped beneath a stone brick, about the size of, we'll call it like a cubic foot.
Well, at least you got a proper burial.
Does that count? His grave is sitting on his chest, and he's still exposed to the elements.
We're not gonna talk about semantics.
Taz just sits there with his face like how his drawing is.
Just a happy-go-lucky little dragonborn there. Yeah, as you guys watch this happen, the tower you can see actually begins collapsing from the top. With your friends inside.
Yeah, that Dragonborn picture is it's the Dragonborn equivalent of the "This is fine" dog from the Burger building.
Yeah.
Are you guys,
What am I gonna do?
there's nothing really you can do. Maybe shout to him to get out, but that's about it.
Wait, am I still outside?
You're still outside. You just got hit in the head
Okay,
with some
You just
rocks.
got crushed on the head, dude.
I'm still alive, right?
You're still alive.
I don't know what's your
Just hurt.
your health at.
I'm on 20 now.
Yeah, you're fine. Terrific. So wait, is the whole tower down now? Like, is everything
It's-
cleared?
It's coming down, and you guys know it. You're inside of it.
Oh, so we still have to. I did a dexterity, but I still have to figure
Yeah.
out a way to
Yeah, you guys can.
not get crushed by everything else, or like I'm just gonna be fine.
I mean, it's coming down not super quick, so you guys have time to make it for the stairs or something.
Oh, well then yeah, I'll just go for the stairs. I'll yell at Carl. Carl, you need some help up there?
He's on your level right now. He's actually pretty close
Oh
to you.
yeah, hey Carl, what's up, man?
What position am I in?
You are on the other side of Finrak from the stairs, so it's basically.
No, I
this-
just mean like, did I fall? Like, am I on the prone? Am I?
No, you're good. You're standing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You
No,
kinda-
I'm good.
Okay, I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run for the stairs, and he can follow or whatever if he wants. So.
Where's the golem?
The golem is down on the first floor, sunk into the stone.
Oh,
He's just chilling. He's, I don't know, rebooting or some shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run for the stairs and run past the golem thing.
Okay.
I guess I'll follow him.
All right, you guys make it outside, and the tower finally collapses in on itself. Dust flies everywhere, rocks fly everywhere. Niels is now completely buried. I'm gonna give Elman the benefit here and say that he got out of the way after getting knocked on the head. You guys are all now standing outside, and after a few moments looking into this tower in a ring of fire, you see movement. Some of the rocks begin to come off of the top of the rubble, and you see the golem kind of claw his way out. And he takes a few quick steps, not quick, very slow actually, a few very slow steps towards you guys, and just kind of stands. The trembling has not stopped at this point. It's still quaking the earth just as violently as before, and finally the golem raises his hand with the staff in it and slams it into the ground, and the tremors stop.
We did it! Right?
Yep.
Yeah, we did that, Golem. You better. We took down that tower. We helped you. You didn't do much at all. Okay. Make that clear.
The golem slowly turns his head towards you. Everything that this thing does is absolutely slow, and it's now glowing with this blue arcane energy in all of the little carved valleys in its whole body, down its arms, down its legs, and its chest, torso. But its face is almost completely black, save for the eyes. It doesn't say anything to you, but reaches into its cloak and pulls out a small trinket. And Varg, at this point, you are drawn immediately to it, no longer feeling uneasy, but just very strongly compelled to walk towards it.
This golem's wearing a cloak?
Yeah.
Dude, this golem looks sick.
I was more concerned of Varg being back. I thought he ran away.
No, he's good. He's back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back, Varg.
Yeah, good job, Bug! You did it!
You can't really hear them. There's something in your brain that's kind of filtering out the outside. You're no longer aware of the burning. You're no longer aware of your friends. You're very focused on the little trinket that is dangling between these massive stone fingers.
What the hell is wrong with him?
Very focused.
So he's just like slowly walking up to him.
The golem reaches out as you get nearer, without even realizing it. Your feet have moved you closer to the golem.
How fast are you walking, Barg?
I would say in his current state, he's not moving quick at all.
Okay, well then Taz will just walk over and see what he's holding.
Well, okay. Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Okay. Oh, it's caught. Oh, that's not very good. 4.
4. You look at it and you say, "Oh, it's a necklace. Definitely magic. Nothing more."
This guy's got a magic necklace, everyone.
Oh fuck
Yeah, I think it's for Varg.
Yeah,
It smells a little like
looks-
bacon.
Looks like
Varg grabs it now.
Bard grabs it, the golem lets it go, and as soon as you touch it, everything returns. No, everything returns to normal. It's a fairly large amulet, and without even realizing it, you've reached into your bag and you've pulled out a small gemstone. And as you do this, the two click together, and you can see that it's now a completed piece with a bit of arcane energy around it as it begins to function again. Though you have no idea what it is.
I guess I'll put the necklace on.
You put
Well, I'm glad the guy didn't nothing but run away. Got it. That's good. I just got some pants.
you got pants. All the pirates aren't dead. The fire is gone.
I got hit in the head with a stone.
Who are you? You didn't get your bacon.
You put on the amulet. Nothing happens just yet, but you feel much better in general having it on. The golem then lifts and smashes down the staff once again, and a tremor worm breaches on the other side of the tower and retches for a second. Doesn't make a sound, but just kind of retches, and you hear a very heavy thud and some slight metallic kind of clink. The tremor worm then falls back into its hole and vanishes into the earth. The stone shepherd then turns slowly and points to where the tremor worm just came up, as if kind of directing you there.
I'll walk over to where he's pointing.
I'm gonna point to the opposite direction. It cast minor illusion for a pile of bacon on the other side. Fenric, there's the bacon.
It's Finrak.
Finrak, do you...
And I'm on my way.
Finrak makes his way into the burning forest after this fake bacon. And Varg travels around the tower and sees just a large chunk of crud. You're not really sure what it is, but under parts of the slimier, muddier sections, you can see little shiny bits kind of sparkling through.
Realizing this is probably a giant worm shit.
It's basically a giant worm shit. The worms themselves don't actually shit, they just regurgitate, but...
They call Carl over to dig through it.
What?
Carl,
What is it?
come here.
Okay, you got my attention. What? You want to tell me a secret? I lick my lips.
They don't sound like sandpaper.
I think you should dig through this.
What does it look like? Just like dirt and what?
Looks like a mud pile, like a really wet, kind of slobbery mud pile. With shinies in it.
Huh. I'm gonna just reach down and pick up something that looks like it's shiny inside of it and look at it and see what it is.
Okay. Do a strength check.
Okay.
That's a 2.
That's a 2. You reach down and your hand goes into the mud a little bit, and you grab on to what feels like a pretty good handful of something very hard. And you try pulling, and nothing happens. You pull again, nothing happens, and you pull one final time, and some of the mud around the tops of your fingers falls away, and you can see that it's a very large chunk of gold.
Holy fuck.
But you just can't quite get it free.
Well, that's gold. So, if you could get it out, that would be great.
Alright. Var's gonna call everyone over to come help out.
Okay.
I'll just take my water skin out and start drinking water again.
You're out of water. All right, with your combined efforts, you're able to free everything. The gold piece itself is not actually that heavy, maybe 40 pounds, but it was entwined in other precious metals and raw gemstones.
And poop.
And a bunch of really tightly compacted mud from the tremor worm's bowels. And you pull it all out and estimate its value to be approximately whatever the calculator's about to tell me.
Can you tell us how many pounds of bacon?
Does it say boobs upside down?
It does. It says boobs upside down. You can buy hookers with this.
Oh my god, we just got 80,085 gold pieces. Holy shit.
The chunk of gold itself is worth 648, and you measure the gems in their raw form to be worth approximately 500 to 600 gold. So you think the gold itself is worth about 650. Some of the other precious metals like the copper you're not as concerned about. They will sell, but not for quite as much. And there is no platinum.
I'll take the gold and run.
Do a strength check.
Go ahead, run.
Try.
Go ahead and run.
Go ahead.
15.
Yeah.
You are able to get the gold piece up off of it, but as you begin running, you tire very quickly, and then you realize there's fire all around you, and you can't go anywhere. So
It was a prank. It was a prank. Carl made me do it.
Let him run.
I'm lolling so hard.
Meanwhile, Finrak, you're about to enter a flaming forest for bacon.
No, I'm not doing that. I realize that the bacon is fake and I don't go in.
Okay.
Because there's no way a fully, perfectly cooked piece of bacon, thousands of pieces of bacon could be in that fire right now.
How would you know if you didn't go check?
I'm smarter than that.
Are you, though?
Yes.
All right.
Talking about your character, not you.
Yes,
Can,
the character is smarter than that. Me,
intelligence
myself,
check,
probably would
please?
be pretty hard.
As you're all counting up all the value and all this pile of crud, the Stone Shepherd slowly begins to work his way towards the outer edge of the circle, kind of going south, and the tremors return very lightly. And as he's walking, some of the trees just kind of fall and part, and the flames are no longer on the path that this shepherd is taking. The worms appear to be tunneling under the trees and causing them to fall to the side, just in the right path for this guy to get through.
Var's gonna follow the golem.
Okay.
I think we should follow the golem.
Okay, you guys split up everything. With a bit of work, you're able to break some of the chunks up into manageable pieces and stow them in your packs. The gems go with somebody, and the precious metals go with somebody else, and you guys follow the golem all the way down. The shepherd leads you basically...
Not with Elman.
Not with Elman. The shepherd leads you basically down the same path that you were going. Much of the fire is now cleared, and the trees stop falling, but you are now in what is a completely burned forest. Kind of eerie to look at. The trees are all just black sticks, and the ground is smoking and smoldering. And after about 25 minutes of following this guy, he's super slow. You make it back out, and he points towards the town with the destroyed tavern, and then begins slowly walking away off to the east, or the west. Off to the
Taz
west.
puts his hand on Finrak. He puts his hand on his shoulder.
Let's get you your bacon.
Let's.
It's right over there. And I cast
Let's
That,
get-
that golem was a really good Uber driver. I think I'm gonna give him 5 stars.
What's the Uber?
All right, a Lyft.
You guys approach the tavern again, and the Boswick and his barmaid wifey are cleaning up the rubble, kind of trying to board over the
His
hole as best
wife?
they can. Yeah.
His wife was all corralling.
Yeah.
Hope you make it back.
I
safe.
swear, this always happens to me.
I don't know if you heard them before, but they're not exactly okay with each other. They're boarding up the hole in the ground as best they can. The furniture is kind of haphazardly nailed back together, and they've managed to clean up okay.
We've only been gone for like 2 hours, huh?
You've been gone for a little while, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's basically they've pushed everything to the sides and they've lifted the furniture back up, and now they're trying to lay boards across the hole in the floor so nobody falls in and dies.
You guys open for lunch?
They both look up at you, kind of startled. Look at each other, and then Boswick says, "No, I'm afraid we're not."
Well, I was promised bacon and eggs.
If you boys
If we
are,
finished our journey.
if you boys are hungry, there's a man out in the center of town who's got a cart. You could see him.
Oh
But
my god.
we've work to do. Come back in a little while. We've got something for
Listen,
you.
I'm a dwarf. I can fix your thing in like 5 minutes. Give me my bacon and eggs.
He's becoming very annoyed with you now, and he just tosses a sack out into the dust right in front of your feet, and as it hits, it bursts open and out spills about 100 gold coins.
This is
I pick up the
bacon and
coins.
eggs.
Thank you. Now let us be.
Well, what other lives should we destroy today?
But I'm still hungry. And I look at the wife and wink.
She looks up, looks over at her hubby, and looks back at you and winks again.
Oh,
From the center of town, you hear a commotion, though. A few kind of scared screams and...
I'm still picking up the gold.
Okay.
I hate this job. I start
All
walking
right.
towards the screaming.
fine, I'll go see what it is.
I need to do this. Hold on. As you walk around the tavern in the center of town near the well, you see a man with a cart set up and a crowd gathered around him, but the crowd's not too big, so you can still kind of see things through it. And it's a wizard, brightly dressed with a big stupid pointy cap on, chasing around a giant red minotaur. And as he does this, there's oohs and ahs and gasps. And finally, he gets it into a position. The Minotaur is looking at him, scared, and he casts, and a big fireball flies off into the sky. And down from this cloud rains beef jerky. And as you approach the cart,
Everything.
as you approach the cart, you see the cart is painted with that very same red Minotaur. And across the bottom it says Jerky
Shut
Pro.
up. Shut up. Shut up.
It says Jerky Pro.
Yes.
And the wizard cries out, "Jerky Pro! The best beef and Minotaur jerky in the land! 5 flavors, many different varieties."
What is this wizard's name?
You just said 5 flavors. That's 5 varieties.
That's many, my
Is this
friend.
wizard's-
So,
Is this wizard's name Duelinor?
No.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay.
Would you be interested in a sample? Looks directly at the party.
No.
Too bad! And he starts throwing little bits of beef jerky at you.
Bacon.
Hands
Eggs.
over some
Bacon.
You purchase some?
I could go for some jerky.
He's very grateful for the purchase. He says, "Oh, and lad, next time, don't forget to whisper Falcon in the air, and I'll give you a discount."
I walk over to him and then I lean into him really close.
Okay.
And I lick my lips. I say, okay. But like with a little bit extra breath.
Yeah. The breath hits his ear, and he kind of shudders a little bit, and you can Your proximity allows you to see goosebumps and hairs standing up on the back of his neck. And he's very disturbed by what just happened. But he says, "All right, I gave it to that guy for a few gold pieces. I'll take a few silver less from you. That'll be 2.5 gold pieces."
I mean, you can just give it to me, period, if you want.
Roll persuasion.
Yeah! 19.
He wants you to go away and just gives you a bag.
I wasn't talking about jerky, big boy.
Alright. I'll come back again sometime. Maybe I'll see you here.
You stay close. You live around here.
From
What time do you get off of work?
I'm going back to Valoran now, and he packs everything into his cart and he starts walking towards the east.
I took care of that. That was annoying as fuck.
All right. That's everything.
Yeah.
I use sleeping spell on Dan.
Terrific.
What, you had sleep?
Be better used sleeping than
Nope.
listening to this wizard fool.
I wish I did.
Fuck.
Terrific.
They're in about the right duration, eh?
Really? That's what you expected it to run?
Yeah.
Did it go the way you expected?
Not at all. From
Was
the
there more to
get-go.
it?
Oh my god, from the get-go.
This is Taz's fault.
This is not Taz's fault.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks for having us, Falcon.
Yeah, of course, man. Thanks for joining. It was really cool doing a bigger party like that. Solid, man. We do these every once in a while if you guys want to come back for another.
Sure.
Please.
You don't have us.
Yeah. No, that was a blast. That was an absolute blast. I'll be sure not to call you. What interesting characters. Holy cow.
Especially Carl.
Carl was a trip. I'm gonna turn the
I was not
fire off now. No. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming out and playing. That was a whole new experience. And it's kind of given me some good practice. So thank you.
No problem. Glad to fuck it up for you.
What?
You're welcome.
Oh, thanks. By the way, ladies and gentlemen of the chat, if you don't know any of these guys, you can give them follows on Twitters if they want you to, or wherever else. If you guys want to plug anything, go for it.
Yeah, I'm at Smelly Carl.
At Smelly Carl.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now.
Dude, there probably is.
I need to know.
Disclaimer,
Where?
that's not him.
Wait, so we can plug?
Smelly Carl.
Don't see it.
There's Carl Stairs.
I don't see any smelly Carl.
Oh, well,
You can have it. You can take it right now. You can take it.
As long as you take the same face.
No results for at Smelly
It
Carl
says
with a
Smelly
K.
Carl on Pinterest. Carly
Yeah, that's
Webster,
me.
Smelly
That's me.
Carl. What kind of
Oh
what kind
man.
of, my name is Carly. My name is Smelly Carl.
God.
Amazing.
all right, I gotta run. Talk to you guys soon.
All right. Yep. Have a good one.
GG's.
Have
Have
a
fun.
good one, man.
Good
Bye
one.
bye.
All right, dudes.
You gonna stream some more, Falcon? or-
Yeah, I'm probably gonna hop on a game. I gotta go let the dog out and feed him. But I'll probably get on. I heard they were doing like
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little break here.
a crossbow thing in PUBG.
Oh yeah, we can do that if you want.
Dan's
Oh
favorite.
god, there's a lot of hackers right now.
Really? Sick.
Yeah,
I think-
I'm sure we'll only play for like a couple games before we hate our lives.
Oh yeah.
There's always payday.
There is always payday.
Oh god damn it.
Thanks for having me, Falcon.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for coming with.
Yeah, no problem.
That was fun, man.
I'll catch
Yeah,
y'all
dude.
later.
Yep. Peace out.
Peace out, man.
Take it easy.
All right, dudes. I'm going to shut down the stream for a second. Say a few words, and I'll be right back.
All right, man.
Sounds good.
All right, dudes and dudettes, thank you so much for coming out. That was a fucking blast. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun kind of witnessing that. It was something else, man. That was quite a trip. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to leave a follow. You guys can also follow at Rampy's, all Rampy stuff. Plug in! Don't click that last link, because that's not going to be him. Rampy, you didn't separate any of your links, doofus. Okay, you separated your first one. But after that, they're all literally connected. Follow at Smelly Carl on Twitter. Don't forget to follow at Captain Falcone on Twitter. Have fun today. I'll be back in just a little bit. We're gonna play some video games, but that was episode 3 of the Weekend One Shot. That was a fucking blast. Big thanks to Kugo and Galzira for coming out and hanging out and being wonderful. Thank you to Dan, thank you to Broccoli, and thank you to Rampy for also playing excellently. I'm gonna work on the actual main campaign a little bit in the coming days, in the coming weeks. It's not at a place where I'm ready to start it just yet, but it's getting pretty close. I have been kind of tweaking at it, and we'll definitely be doing some more Weekend One-Shots coming up, because they're good stupid fun. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here for a little bit. I'll be back in about 20 minutes. I just gotta go feed the dog, get some food in my belly, and we'll be good to play some video games. So I will catch you guys later. And by later, I mean like very soon. Peace out, dudes.
This is a broken record. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. You'll always know me better. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. So I'll be yours forever. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. You'll always know me better. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. So I'll be yours forever. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. You'll always know me better. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. So I'll be yours forever. This is a broken record. This is a broken record. This is